About to hit it now. All right, bam. So we live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube right now. So let's go ahead and get right into it because it's almost like it's gonna be like a show and a half because I had some from last week that I hadn't got to. I went crazy on the clips last week. For some reason, I don't know. They just had a lot of good content, so I clipped a lot of that stuff. So then I got some from this week too. So we're gonna try to see how far we can get through. You know, the latest and the greatest. So let's go ahead without further ado. Let's go ahead and get to the show now. Again, my name is Brandon B. Dixon, NMLS 1541210. It's at being that loan officer on all social media. Go to my YouTube at being that loan officer. Like, subscribe. Oh, we got Barry B in the house, man. What's going on?
Hey, Barry B, stop playing. Y'all finally at a reasonable hour.
Okay, yeah, we probably did. Yeah, man.
Yes,
sure. I was like, I figured, like, man, we early enough, man. We might get a couple more people coming in. But now I'm doing the introduction right here, man. Go to my website, www.applywithb.com. If you want to go ahead and get a mortgage or you want to book me for a consultation, you can call me 832-775-8357. As long as it's about business, we can talk 24/7. www.brandonbdixon.com. If you want to lease, sell, you want to list, hit me up on that. And then last but not least, we got the cocinvestmentclub.com. You want to mitigate your risk and want to get into this real estate investing thing. Corey, I got you teed up.
Yes, sir. Corey Smith, broker owner, Commodore Mortgage, here for all your real estate needs.
Gotcha. And Barry B, I got you queued up right now.
All right. It's Barry B at Homes by Barry B. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in Houston and surrounding areas, you can Google Homes by Barry B. Go to homesbybarryb.com. I'm on Google. I'm on YouTube. You put in Homes by Barry B, you're going to find me somewhere.
Let's talk about it. Right here, right?
Oh, 832-786-1270. You can call or text me, and let's work it out.
Gotcha. But, man, we got quite a few clips because this is going to be almost like a show and a half. I got a bunch of small clips because I had some from last week we didn't play. And then I got some from this week, too. So, I don't know if I have a theme. Maybe a theme will present itself once we start getting into it, but kind of random. But shoot, let's go ahead and just hop in the deep end. I had a couple, controversial ones, from last week.
Of course.
Yeah, go ahead with let's start it out. Kick the show out with one of Corey's favorite, man, my man Anton. You know what I'm saying?
Here you go.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and kick it off with that, and let's go ahead and jump into that deep end, man. Let's go ahead and get it. So these are left over from last week.
Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass, all of these people, these mayors are trying to turn down the help from the federal government to actually stop the crime in the community.
If you stop the problem in the black community, then what happens to all those 501c3s that get all this money? From Goodwill, the DAV, the Boys and Girl Club, the black churches, all these motherfucking 501c3s that get all this money to help funnel, shake, control. What happened, nigga? This is how you control, nigga. You need these problems to control. And what do? You monetize the control. It's called control chaos. A profit does nobody any good except the people that's running it. It's a scam it's a scam act like it's solving a problem.
So the real play is to continue to get funding, and that's one of the reasons why they don't really want crime to stop, because they can then use that
And nonprofits was created to hinder and control social movements. Hinder and control social movements. That's why your Democratic Party is always saying, hey, we need more funding for this to hinder and control this movement over here. Say, hey, we want to make these people independent and strong. This is why they do not want to get rid of crime. All of the money that 501c3 gets, your police department gets, your Boys and Girls Club, there's a funding, there's a budget that every state, every city, every federal government got. It's called public safety. Now, California's police department have $1 billion budget. So they got $1 billion budget. That's damn near military's budget. How they can't control crime. If you want some help and you want some money and you need funding, look to your local police department. All your funding is over there. They like the NFL. They got the contract money. You know why? Your federal government give them all the money. That's why Trump said, if y'all don't do this, I ain't giving y'all no money. All the courts. It falls under the umbrella of public safety. So that's your courts, your police department. That's under public safety, crime prevention, crime intervention. So the police got $1 billion budget. 600 million belong to the police department. That's a lot of goddamn money.
That is a lot of money.
We ain't really fighting crime. We sitting over here. We sitting in the car. They call us. We come respond. We're not fighting crime. We're reacting to it. We're not being proactive. So we really let it create. But we all getting paid. You got the Boys and Girls Club. They might get $2 million. You got another 50 to 20 million that's going to these so-called community programs.
Yeah.
That's by way of our culture.
Why do you think that Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass, all of these people, these mayors are trying to turn down the help from the federal government to actually stop the crime in the communities?
If you stop the problem,
The hell is that?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, well, I set up the next one. You don't want to go? I'll take the last on this one. Let me see what I got going.
I agree with him so far. I mean, there's money in chaos. Right. There's money in chaos. I mean, if everything was nice and wasn't no crime and shit, we wouldn't. Ain't no money in that.
Right.
How do companies the biggest money made during wars? You blowing up shit. That's when they making money. So when there's chaos, you can make money.
Right.
And whenever they say it ain't about the money, it's about the money.
It's always about the money. But my question becomes, you know what I'm saying, like, if the police department has so much money and they're getting paid so much in order to fight crime, then why is it that he's trying to deploy National Guard all over the place to wreak havoc? If you have so much money that's going into the budget towards the police officers, how come they're complaining about not getting paid enough? How come they're complaining about overtime going away? They're not able to work overtime because it's not in the budget. It's not enough money in the budget. 600 million just seems like a lot. Even $1 billion seems like a lot. You know what I'm saying? And for the police to be complaining and having the issues that they're having, it just seems a little bit far-fetched to me. And maybe I just don't have the answer, but that's the thing that comes to question. Yeah. I think he does make some kind of points where it's more reactive than proactive. But I also think, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of hitting the lottery if you're going to be actually in a spot where a crime happens. And then, you know what I'm saying, you just happen to be there and you're actually able to prevent it. I just don't think that's realistic. So I think he made a whole bunch of good points, but I just don't think those points was fully explained or fully thought out.
I ain't sure about his numbers either. You know, you can't just because somebody come online and say something was $1 billion. And I don't know about his numbers, but yeah, I mean,
well, this is a clip of the conversation and not a detailed lecture.
Yeah,
like that.
No, I think it's more general. Like I said, chaos is money.
Yeah, 30 seconds. Yeah.
If you don't have something going on, I mean, if things are all roses and perfume, people are not making money.
Right. Well, that's a way to run. I mean, why do you think in Dubai there's no crime? Why is there no crime at all in Dubai? I just came from a seminar this weekend about buying properties out there in Dubai. They gave us all the stats and all that stuff. They have 0 like murders. They have.
I don't know. I ain't never heard that they ain't had no crime there, so I don't know.
Yeah, there's 0 crime in Dubai, none whatsoever. So it's one of the things they curated their citizenship. That's A, and then B, what they did is they know the penalties.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you steal something and they gonna chop your head off or chop your hands off or something.
No, that's I think that's far-fetched, but you can't call a woman, you're going to jail. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You ain't that ain't happening. So they have strict laws, but the people that go there understand these laws and they abide by the laws. I think what we have in our system is kind of a pay for play, and then and that's another thing I learned this weekend. United States leads the world in incarceration. Nobody is not even close to how many incarcerated people that the United States have. But don't forget that's baked in the system. This was a for-profit business.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of those prisons are for profit.
Yeah, so they're private prisons. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So and then Ice Cube and the rest of them came out I guess it's past the stimulus. I don't understand why a lot of NDAs be in perpetuity, but they came out and said how they exposed the school to prison pipeline.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of that was designed and systematic to go to prison. So and all of it's the thing that you think are friends are part of the system. It's amazing how we think, oh, this is cool, but this is not. It's all part of the same system. It's all part of the same bird. So the people that you think are friends are the ones that's rocking you to sleep. Just because they smile in your face, oh, you come to the party, they still don't mean that they're not rocking you to sleep. And I'm talking coded for a reason. So what he exposed, like I said, a lot of those nonprofit, how they make their money, they put their family offices on board. They make the money. Is not profit, but where all this money going? Because it's obviously not going, like Corey pointed out, it's not going to the offices, it's not going to this, it's not going for stuff that's practical. Where's all this money going?
It's going in their pockets.
Right. So a lot of this is systematic.
And Three houses and beach houses and all that.
Right. Mm-hmm. So a lot of this is, by design. It's not really designed for what you think it's designed for.
Oh yeah. Didn't they have a thing a few years ago about Red Cross? Didn't they get exposed? They was doing a lot of stuff with money that people were donating.
Right.
And they were spending 90% of their money on administrative stuff and all that.
Right. Right. So I mean, a lot of tax shelters, a lot of different things happen with these 501c3s, but in order for them if they wouldn't exist if you didn't have a problem. So they can't see a lot of those stuff doesn't exist in Dubai because there's no problem.
Mm-hmm.
So in order for them to exist to get that money, you got to continuate with the problem so I can still get my money. Think about it. Same thing with the medical field. Right? I can't get money off of these drugs if there's nobody sick.
Oh yeah,
correct.
So it's the same thing. So I'm not gonna get deep into it because we got a lot of clips, but we got to reevaluate how we look at things.
But you know what I'm saying, it almost seemed like he kind of posed it as a conspiracy theory to where, you know what I'm saying, they weren't trying to fix the problem. Like, you know what I'm saying, just so
I don't think they are.
Like the 501c3, you know what I'm saying, they're not trying to fix the problem just because, you know what I'm saying, they want to continue to make money.
What's driving?
They're not trying to fix it. It's just like with medicine. They give you medicine to take care of the symptoms.
Right.
But they ain't trying to take care of the root cause.
Correct.
what I said, I saw a thing that said, look, if they cure you, they only get paid once.
Yeah.
But if you taking medicine for 40 years, they getting paid for 40 years.
Just the residual. But think about it. If I end crime like Dubai.
But also Dubai has money.
Right. But even
So,
you know, California has money.
Like they ain't got no Dubai money.
But I'm just saying they got enough money where you could if you really wanted, if they really wanted to end crime or minimize it, they really could.
Oh yeah.
Who could? Who are we talking about?
The government or the police? Police.
Government and law enforcement, yeah, you could minimize it to where if you really wanted to do that, you could really minimize with the technology we got. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I would like to see that plan laid out.
Right.
Because I don't believe that's the case. Anytime you're gonna have a certain class of people, you know what I'm saying, that's struggling and then they can't find another way to go get it, crime gonna happen. I just don't see how you're gonna cut that out unless you handing out everybody lotto tickets.
No, unless you steal this old lady purse, you get locked up and not coming out, and then no chance of buying your way out. Then they'll think twice about snatching that purse and maybe pick up a broom instead. You know, so
I don't know.
So,
I don't know about that one. Yeah, we can go for at least an hour on that conversation. But you know what I'm saying? Man, I got you because I still don't understand it. But you know what I'm saying, we're gonna let it roll. We're gonna let it roll for the sake of the video.
Right. But let's go to the next one. Man. I'm getting a lot of these controversial ones out the way because these are from last week. So
there's no coincidence that whenever in 1867, 2 years up from slavery, when in the halls of Congress, when they began to discuss whether or not they were going to allow black people to go to colleges and universities, the ruling on the floor was, we'll let them go to colleges and universities, but they can't come to ours. And when they go to theirs, any black college, there's 3 sciences that must never be taught to these slaves: the science of finance, the science of warfare, and the science of mating. See, 2 sides of mating. One is picking a spouse and the other is parenting the child that comes from that bond. Look at our problems right now. Finance. $1.3 trillion last 2 years out of 226 nation, 8th richest nation in the world. But we don't have anything that we can call our own. You got Spain with 47 million people. They brought in 637 or $728 billion. And we got double that. They got 47 million people with a 208,000 square mile land mass, and they got their own everything. And we can't even come to one community and find anything that we own other than beauty shops, barber shops, and barbecue restaurants. Something wrong. We got dollars, but we need some sense. So finance, we didn't learn. Then you have the science of warfare. We kill only each other. There's no coincidence that whenever in 1867, 2 years up from slavery.
Again, I'll let y'all crack at it first, and then let me set up this next one.
Oh, I like Nuri. I listen to him all the time. Him and RZA, they talk sense.
Right.
So I listen to him. I like him.
Right.
But he's right. If you don't have those things, like you say, those where the problems are. Finance. To me, that's one of the biggest ones right there. We got our own. We ain't got to worry about somebody else.
You ain't lying, especially in the industry that we in. We already know finance is one of the biggest ones.
You got your own banks, your own schools, your own, like you say, you go to the black community. You see barbershops. I'm gonna say hair salons.
Our fault though too. I'm gonna go.
I was gonna say hair salons, but that's really the other people be doing that, the nails and the hair salon.
Are they groups now? Again, I might be slightly out of touch. Where are the groups? You know, I know it's not part of the curriculum, but they should have some groups that discuss finance in black colleges.
I mean, I think they do now, but I think he's talking about when it was first started.
Yeah.
Because you can get finance degrees now from them. So yeah, I think it was what he's talking about is when they came out of slavery.
We still ain't taught. We still ain't taught one.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you know what I'm saying, from this standpoint, it sounds like he's still he's saying from a long time ago, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's still a struggle and a problem today. That's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah. Because we didn't have that foundation in it, that we still struggling from it.
I can't necessarily agree with that though. But you know what I'm saying? That's just me. My bad, B. I ain't mean to cut y'all. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying we still ain't taught warfare and mating. Like I said, but I get where you're trying to go. I think you're gonna say I might be wrong that hey, the information is out there, so you can educate yourself now. I get it, but habits are formed through parenting. A lot of the parents have it, you know, and you're not exposed to that. You got to go out and make it on yourself. You got to realize it on your own, self-realization. If it's not baked into your, and I think you said that a show or two ago, if you ain't see your parents do it, it's kind of hard to overcome that. You're not saying it's impossible.
Yeah,
you know, if you don't know any better, but
you get things
thinking it's part of the social norm. You know, so
you learn from that. Yeah, you don't get it by osmosis.
Right. So but is it impossible? No. I think you have enough information now, and I think a lot of people are taking that initiative and seeing the information, YouTube and different influencers, and started to make some good decisions. But before the age of technology, the information age, information was in certain books and certain groups and stuff like that you wasn't readily available like it is. So so it's changed up. But I want to touch on this while I got the mic, and then I give it up. The biggest thing I thought he elaborated on it a little bit more is mating. There's no coincidence why the first book in the Bible is Genesis. Talking about the genes, talking about the lineage. This begat, man, it's a science that we forgot, and we made it more about pleasure and superficial things, but there is a science to building families and parenting and picking mates,
Yes.
And there is a science to that.
Not going by emotion
And stuff like that. And a lot of other, we laugh, they got arranged marriages and stuff. They can't even, but that's science. Look at what
they got arranged marriage and with their family and
they've been
striving ever since.
They so rich. I'm looking at Dubai. They don't have no taxes. He said, keep your money. I don't need your money. No property taxes, no taxes. So
I saw something once where it talked about, is marriage even viable now and stuff like that.
Well, we tried it. How the way it works, and it's imploding. Like Europeans,
people trying to go through this emotion. They living by emotion now, and that's how you got. You going by emotion.
Now, warfare, I don't want to get tagged. I don't want too much of warfare, but like a lot of stuff, yeah. I mean, those 3 points. But the biggest thing that slept on is that we don't think this is a science. We think that's something that you just randomly, willy-nilly, hopefully, and there's no strategy to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's a lot of things that slept on. But yeah, I'll go ahead yield the floor.
What you got to add, B? Barry B?
No, I agree with all that. Like I said, I listen to I like him. He talks about a lot of good stuff. But yeah, finance. I mean, that to me, that's one of the biggest things, because I think if we had the finance, we wouldn't have some of these other problems too. The warfare. You got your own area. You got your own place.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need somebody else. So I don't need you to come over here. We making our own, living just fine. We don't need you or anybody else, whoever it is. We don't need you. You can come over here and spend your money if you want.
Correct.
But we don't need you to survive.
We want you, but we don't need you.
Yeah, we want you, but we don't need you. Yeah. So, like he said, banks, insurance companies, all of that, not just barbershops and barbecue restaurants.
Barbecue joints.
You can get everything.
We get a little bit more diverse, and these we get in the last 20 years, we get a little bit more diverse, but at one point. It went up, then it went down. I thought that clip was a little bit long. I thought he went into that a little bit deeper, where he showed like right after slavery, up to like the 1910s, how much more diverse we had. The lawyers, doctors, grocery stores, we had all that, and all that like went down, and now it's starting to pick back up after like 60, 70 years. I thought he went into that, but it must have been a different clip. But yeah, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to the next one.
No, I mean, I'm saying, just to chime in a little bit, I'm saying, my stuff is just kind of open up conversation, right? I'm saying? I mean, he has a point on some of the stuff. Some of the stuff I don't necessarily understand, I'm saying? It would just have to be a lot of questions, I'm saying, trying to understand both sides of things. The biggest thing, as we just kind of alluded to earlier, was the whole finance situation. I'm saying? That part I don't necessarily understand, especially with the way resources is the way that they are now. Even from a mating standpoint, I'm saying? I do think, I'm saying, we have calculated the science and broke down the science of mating, because we actually use that to use the system in order to benefit us, but benefit ourselves. I see all the time where, I'm saying, people are using, women, families, whatever the case may be, are using kids in order to get Section 8 benefits. They're using kids to get food stamps. They're using kids to get all kinds of government assistance programs. So when it comes to mating, I'm saying, I think they have it calculated down to a science where if I have 2 kids, I can get this. But if I have 4 of them, then they can really do this, that, and the third, or whatever. I'm saying? They breaks it down from a standpoint of that. From that standpoint, I'm saying, I just like to have the open dialogue. Like, hey, look, we do have this thing down to a science. Now, it may not be the right way what most people see in their lives.
Science.
Correct. But I'm saying, it's still a calculation of science, I'm saying, because people have actually sat down and premeditated, I'm saying, what they're going to do as far as mating and having these kids, and what benefits that they're able to get, and what increase in benefits that they're able to get. So that needs to be a topic of conversation too. The other thing is this too, is that we keep comparing Dubai to, I'm saying, the US, but the Dubai is only a fraction of the amount of people that are here in the US. So it's kind of comparing apples and oranges a little bit. I think, I'm saying, when we're looking here at the US, our problems that exist, it far exceeds anything that can happen in Dubai, because we're talking about an astronomical amount of numbers. 300 and some odd million here in the US, something like that, I'm saying? And then we're talking about 2 or 3 million in Dubai. Like, I'm saying, you can't necessarily equate that to having the same problems, or equate us to doing the exact same thing that's in Dubai, because, I'm saying, it's not really the same.
You yield the floor?
Yep. It's all yours.
I mean, what about Asia? What about Vietnam, North Korea, South Korea, Japan, Thailand? So if you want to go bigger by numbers, it's not the actual number, it's the actual theory. Then to rebut what you're saying, if I go ahead and take a switchblade, and I'm gonna go ahead and start chopping up apples and processing apples to make apple pie with a switchblade or a butter knife. Is that science, or is that a bad practice, or not the most effective way to do what you're trying to get accomplished?
That's two different things, though. Science and a bad method is 2 different things, though.
Well, can you call it bad?
Science is science,
that's my point.
But it's gotten better over the years, because that's how they used to do it 100 years
ago.
ago.
Bad methodology science? Would you call that? Would you term that?
What I call it science?
Right.
No, what I call it is science.
I call it a bad hypothesis.
Bad method is not.
All right, let's leave it at that. So by you doing with the baby, that is what we've been doing, and it's a bad methodology for parenting.
Most definitely.
So I don't see that as science. That's not science. Bad methodology.
I mean, how can you see it as science? Is science only having success?
Well, we've been doing science. We've been doing science. It just ain't in the right direction. That's not science. This is bad methodology.
But what I'm saying is science only success.
How about this?
So you mean to tell me there's been no failure in science?
No, you just agreed to me that there's bad methodology. What you were about to say, Barrett?
I said, stop that. You tell me, what is science to you? What is science?
Science
in order to say what something is or isn't, you have to know
Right.
definition
Science is
of it.
the fact of proving something through a methodology and over the course of a methodology that you can actually see and track the results. That's science.
But
You
there's
know,
no. It sounds like you're saying there's no failure though. So when
What do you
people run these
I would-
research and
again,
development, when
we-
people run these research and development projects, there's a bunch of failure before they actually get to an approved drug. There's a bunch of failure before it gets to approving and actually success. So just because it's bad doesn't necessarily mean it's not science. Is all I'm saying.
Let's rein it back in. Now you're trying to go off of somewhere else. I think it'd be a deterrent. Let's go back to the original point. The original point is that I wouldn't call that science. I would call that bad methodology that we've been practicing over the last 100 years or so. You know, and it's proven it just hadn't worked. You could see, a blind man could see that it just hadn't worked. And then you see other communities that's striving, you know, and that they've been practicing the old ways, how we've been doing it for 100,000 years with the nuclear family. And it's proven, studies after studies, that a child thrives better in a two-parent household. It just, you can't cut it no other way. So the single family, the single mother, single dad is not as effective as a two-parent household. And then it gets even stronger. It gets even stronger when you have a strong, you know, second generation. You know, you got the grandparents involved on both sides. That whole family structure, people striving. So this individuality that we practice, and you know, everybody's separate, and it just hadn't worked. We just hadn't seen it. Again, science is showing stuff that actually works. This works by a proven method. Man, a bad method, that's not science. It's just a bad method. You know, so
it can't. There's no such thing as bad science, though.
I wouldn't say so. I mean, bad science that's kind of an oxymoron. It just doesn't work. It's something that you think in your mind, a hypothesis that doesn't work.
So if science only works, you know what I'm saying, when there's a success, then there would have been a cure for cancer. There would have been a cure for measles, mumps. There would have been a cure for COVID done a lot faster than it was. There would have been a cure for a whole bunch of stuff, because science only happens when there's success, according to your definition.
Let's rein it back in. Again, we're talking about in the context of family and the three things that we said. We're not getting into the debate about what science, what not science. That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? That's dumb. Let's stick to the topic.
Hey, look. The question posed to B Dix was, right, what is science to you? Right.
That's not. We're not talking about science.
If what is science to you is a dumb question, then you said, why did you even answer it?
Right. That's
so you said, if we're talking about the pure definition, I'm replying to the pure definition of what you said science was. Right. But now it's dumb because now you're stumped and you can't support that because it makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm stumped.
So then now you're stumped. Okay, well, we can agree on that.
You can't pay me. You can't get in my opportunity. You can't take advantage. My mentor did it to me, Myron Golden. I said, hey, yo, Myron, I want to get in your program. How much? He said $150,000, but I ain't taking nobody right now. I was like, what the fuck? But I got the money. I'm ready to send it. I'm not taking nobody, Dion. I'm gonna let you talk to my brother. When we get some spots open, he'll let you know. I waited like 3 months. I said, I'm on my way to the bank right now. I'm begging to pay somebody. The question I'm asking y'all is, who begging y'all to pay y'all? Who begging y'all to pay y'all? Y'all got to get to the point to where you've curated an offer that is so unbelievable. You created an experience that is so unbelievable that the people are standing in line to simply pay you. If you try to send me some money, you can't pay me. You can't get in my opportunity. You can't take advantage. My mentor did it to me, Myron Golden. I said, hey, yo, Myron, I want to get in your program. How much?
I've seen that before. That Myron guy, I've seen that before. Yeah, he talks about how the best, I guess, salesman or whoever, you got people coming to you wanting to spend money. You know, you got to put it out there. Like you said, you got to put that message out there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Just to speak on that, I want to kind of get into one of the principles of persuasion, which is scarcity. And that's another thing that we need to probably study. You know, some of these skills that we're not, like sales. One of the principles of persuasion that Cialdini pointed out is scarcity. People want what they can't have. You know, and that's one of the principles. The more exclusive that things are, the more people sought as. You know, the more sought after. So as a salesperson, and as you have to paint that picture that, hey, you know, this is exclusive club, and that's what raises the value of it. If it's common, if it's all over the place, you know, people don't want it. Just like that's why diamonds are rare. That's why gold are rare, because it's not, you can't go and get a diamond everywhere. I can't get a diamond like a rock, you know, or some mud on the ground. If that was the case, it'd be worthless at that point. So it's scarcity is what makes people move. It persuades people. So you need to have that in the fabric of whatever you do, especially when you pitch something. Like if it's common, everybody could get it, people don't want it. You know, so it's scarcity. I wanted to point out on that note what he's talking about. And so how you
I think, scarcity, but also the person that's giving the message or the or making somebody want that. Because like you say, you can the scarcity of diamonds. But what's going to make me go to ABC jeweler rather than DEF jeweler? You know, so you still got to get that message across that, hey, I have what you need.
Right.
I'm gonna bring you the money. Like you said, I'm trying to give you the money now, because I always say I don't beg anybody to take my money.
Right.
But I understand what he's saying, because he's talking about like a mentor and stuff like that.
Right. Right.
But getting them to come to you, especially like in our business. I mean, how many 50,000 agents? How many loan officers are there? I need to come to you though.
Right.
What are you going to put out there? So when that person says, hey, I want to get something, I'm coming looking for Corey. I'm coming looking for Brandon.
Right.
Putting that message out there.
Yeah. I think scarcity, means nothing without credibility. The mere fact that it's just scarce, doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to sell, people are going to come beating down your door, whatever the case may be. Credibility is what actually is going to get people to kind of beat down your door. Scarcity is just kind of sets it on fire. It's the same thing, when people go and try to purchase a Bentley. The credibility of a Bentley being a luxury vehicle, a vehicle of the top 1%, the credibility is there. And then the scarcity just kind of sets it on fire, because now there's a limited amount of the Ghost Phantom. So then now everybody's beating down the door to try to get that, because the scarcity is added on top of the credibility. So I think for a lot of these quote unquote gurus, or whoever the case may be, whoever the salesman is, they have to have a proven track record. And without that proven track record, then nothing else really matters. But credibility is the biggest thing when it comes to that.
I think Corey did be trying to look at this one angle to try to get me to disagree or something like that. Again, credibility.
You do that all on your own.
Credibility is a fashion, but I'll give you two examples right off the rip. When you see a woman in the club, what's her credibility? But that scarcity, that woman, that might be the only one. So I got to holler at her before she go.
See, that's the thing. Going back to science and mating, she ain't the only one.
Right.
Going back to the science of mating, she ain't the only one.
Hey, look, is she selling something, B? Like, what are we talking about? We talking about sales. You know what I'm saying? What are we talking about? You talking about a woman in the club. That's apples and oranges.
Nah, I mean, as far as scarcity, I'm giving you an example of scarcity without credibility. You don't know, but you
might want to go back to the drawing board. That's a terrible example.
What's the whole thing about Jack and the Beanstalk? That whole about that, he painted that picture of scarcity and he bought. So you don't necessarily have to have credibility, but it would help. Yeah, of course. Nobody's disagreeing about that, but scarcity is not necessarily contingent on credibility. Scarcity can be scarcity. It helps propel the scarcity, but it's not the scarcity on and on. Just like what we do all day with these dogs. Hey, this is I only had this particular dog, and I don't only get this dog twice a year. You want it or not? Somebody's gonna come by. That's scarcity. I'm painting that picture. So
that still makes no sense, because if that's coming from you, B, the person, how the person's supposed to trust you. So you know what I'm saying? If you're saying these are the only two dogs in the world, you think they're just going to take your word for it and be like, oh, this is scarcity, so let me go ahead and get a dog.
Well, you're not, yeah.
They're not going to do no research on you to make sure you ain't bullshitting.
I do it all day, every day. But yeah, I mean, looking at your eyes. All right, I see half of these sold out. Damn, I only see one of the dogs that I want. Damn, I went online, I couldn't find it. You're looking at your own eyes. So, hey, this is the one right here. You want it. Ain't no time to think about it. Better get it. So it's all on how you paint it.
Right. So if they go online, as your example goes, if they go online and they don't see it, you don't think that gives you instant credibility?
Well, yeah, that's what I say. It goes hand in hand, but it doesn't necessarily have to be contingent on that.
I'll stop. Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
It helps it.
Go
Barry, let me ask you this. Did you
just said it has nothing to do with credibility? Then you agree that it does have something to do with credibility.
No.
Like, what are we talking about, D?
Barry, did you hear me say that it helps it? Did you hear me say that?
He did say it helps it.
Corey,
he did say it helps.
Right, gotcha. All right. See, now you got a witness. You can't wiggle now. My point is that I can paint it. Now, everybody, how many times people go online and do that? Maybe 1 out of 100. Most people
1 out of 100.
Yeah,
but if they spending that kind of money on a dog,
come on, Barry B. Come on, Barry B.
I hope they are trying to do
live in a damn different type of world. Come on, man. They spending thousands of dollars without doing research. Who doing that?
Well, they've done the pre-research. One of the thing is I'm reinforcing what they already know. Because think about it, before they even step in the door.
But they already did the research, though. They
already looked right and they couldn't find it. And you got it right here. What I'm doing is I'm reinforcing that scarcity. Like, all right, we pre-do this all the time. This is a lesson. Let's talk outside of Corey, because Corey just trying to do some gotcha type stuff.
I mean, you keep contradicting yourself. It's hard to have a conversation with somebody that keep contradicting themselves.
Yeah, I'm trying to teach you on some bullshit. But anyway,
credibility don't have nothing to do with credibility, but credibility helps out. You know what I'm saying? It does this, that, and the third. They don't do research. They ain't got to do research, but then they're going to do research. They're going to do pre-research. Come on, man. Stop.
So, again, let me reiterate. Again, it's not contingent. I'm giving you stuff that examples of where scarcity can work on its own.
You have yet to give an example, B. I'm just saying.
I just gave you an example. All right, so
you have yet to give an example. Every example that you've given, you contradicted yourself to say credibility has something to do with it.
Right. Let me finish what I was saying.
Go back to the drawing board. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So like I said, it happens all the time. You know, people they looked around, and then when you do find the one that you're looking for, I'm reinforcing what they saying, like what the obvious, like, hey, listen, this particular breed is rare. This particular coat color is rare. So you think about it, somebody else gonna come in and buy it. We already got 3 appointments for it. So you need to make the decision now. So that's the principle of persuasion. I'm persuading them to make a decision right away instead of, all right, because think about it. If I say, yeah, we get them in all the time, we get a new ship, and I got another one coming in Wednesday, then it's not going to force them to make that decision. So regardless of credibility or not, they see with their own eyes. They know what they've been in. And one of the things that I do preemptively strike that objection. This is what I teach my people. This is what I teach my mentees. Is that ask them, hey, well, how long have you been looking for X, Y, Z? Yeah, we've been looking for X, Y, Z the last 6 months. All right, how has it been working out for you? So before I even get into it, I'm understanding their timeline. Damn, I've been looking for 6 months, and you hadn't had any success, and it's here right now. So I'm gonna remind you of that when it comes down to make that decision. That's using scarcity, and it has nothing to do with credibility, because the credibility, you see it. You touching it, is here. Let's go ahead and knock it out. That's my point. Let's go to the next one.
That makes no sense, by the way. We can roll on.
It's not for you.
We know B Dick's got to get the. We know B Dick's got to get the last word.
Robin.
As if that make him right.
movement. If you listen to what he's saying, you realize truly the embittering effect of it. In other words, he's saying things like the Negro will never be free until justice rolls down like waters. Whenever he says that, he's not talking about biblical justice. He's talking about social justice, which is rooted in Marxism. The only way that the Negro will get ahead in America is through radical wealth redistribution.
Economic power. If the Negro is to gain the economic security that he needs, one of the answers, it seems to me, is a guaranteed annual income.
We need a universal income for all Negroes and poor people. He said this. He's literally touting Marxist rhetoric. He's talking about jobs and he's talking about housing, and he's instilling into blacks this mindset that my having a job and my having a house depends on legislation and what the government does. What's happening is this kind of transition of thought and mindset in the 1960s. And so this is a complete detachment from where blacks were in terms of casting down your bucket where you are. So it was the rhetoric of King and his contingent that really instilled in blacks this idea of letting your hand off the proverbial plow, picking up your picket sign, and using that as a means of success, marrying yourself and your fate and your dignity to the government, as opposed to the limbs that God gave you and the mind that God gave you to make your way in this world. My generation was robbed of something because of the civil rights movement. 70+% of black children are growing up in single mother households. The crime is out of control, as you said earlier about what the MLK boulevards look like today.
Yep.
Black culture today is considered the laughing stock. Most people won't admit it, but a lot of people feel it. It's considered the laughing stock of the world. It's a gimmick culture. It's an unserious, frivolous culture is what it is. It hasn't always been that way.
Yeah.
We were robbed of that dignity that our ancestors had. It wasn't black pride. It was just genuine decency that whites had, that blacks had, that other ethnic groups had, especially as they rooted themselves in the Christian ethic. And so it's interesting. Whenever I say these things and I deliver the evidence and I show the receipts, most black people have the ear to hear, they listen, they consider, and most people are thankful and grateful for the information. However, there are some who aren't. And what's interesting to me is the white people who aren't. What they'll say is, all these things that you're saying, even if they are true, King still did a lot of good things. He helped bring the races together. He's a good man. It's easy for you to say he did a lot of good things because it makes you feel good about something and it absolves you of something. But you have nothing to be absolved of. You only are responsible for the life that you live. But you can't go on elevating this kind of symbol and not acknowledge all of the ashes that are left in its wake. My generation was robbed of something because of the civil rights movement.
All right. I think that was the last one for last week. Let's get into the new ones. But I'll go ahead. Wait, y'all go ahead and respond to that while I set this next one up while I find the new ones.
That from my perspective, you know what I'm saying, that was a lot to unpack, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna even lie, I checked out halfway through the video, so I couldn't even tell you. I can't even comment on it. I let Barry B handle it.
It's a lot there. So in the beginning, yeah, they were asking for those things from government because we weren't getting anything. But if you really delve into it, when he got toward the end, before he got killed, he had a realization. If you ever look at his speech where he talks about, I think I made a mistake and had my people going into a burning building. Yeah. I'm not even, you know what, because it's so much into that, you know.
It's called high level thinking. Let me go ahead.
It's so much into it. It's so much into it. But you know,
let me go ahead and run it. Like I said, as far as I definitely agree with most of what the guy talking about. He's a new cat on the scene. I don't even know his name. I'm gonna have to research him, but he's putting up some good points. But I think a lot of the systems, we talked about this earlier with the earlier clip, was by design. We're looking at the pattern. And when integration happened, and we did embrace a lot of idealism that wasn't necessarily rooted in our culture. We adopted these ideals, and then it didn't work out for us. So what worked out for us and what was working for hundreds of years, or for even post-slavery, for dozens of years, for at least two generations, what worked, we adopted something different. And then it all fell out within the last 50, 60 years. And nothing really good came about it. You know, it was a Trojan horse. Looked good, but nothing really good. If you look at it, it resulted in us not competing on a lot of things. You know, so like Nuri said earlier, we 1 trillion, but we have nothing to show for it. We generate our top line, just like in business. The top line is important, yes, but that bottom line, what you put in your pocket, is more important than the top line. So yeah, we generating that income, we making the money. But what's the bottom line? Where's the EBITDA? Where's the money that we putting in as far as profit, that we putting up for a rainy day, putting for the next generation, putting up as far as assets? That's missing. You know, so the problem is that now, all right, we generate that top line. Now how can we start curating it to showing some assets, showing, I want to see, just like I just went down Katy today, and they got a whole, we talked about this before, a whole section of nothing but Asian restaurant. The actual street sign is in Mandarin and stuff like that. And it says Asia Town on there. You know, so where we need to see, instead of scatter, I got one success story here, one success story here, individual. Where's the conglomerate? You know, especially if we one of the biggest blocks, where the conglomerate at? So that's where my generation, I think Generation X, we need to make the impact and start skewing it back to, like I said, putting our hand on the plow, like Sodi said, the proverbial plow, and putting in the work. You know, because, you know, the emotionalism, the sensationalism, it just hadn't worked for us. You know, just look at the results. Again, we looking at the, like you said, 70% single families, single mother homes. It just hadn't worked out for us. So I think we need time to do something different. As far as King, like I said, I got my own theories and stuff like that. So I'm just really not the platform for that. But I'm just looking at the results. My man TJ. Oh, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. We'll read the comments live. My man TJ, welcome back, man. We ain't seen you in a minute. TJ said
TJ been out for a minute.
Talking about getting reparations. I don't think they smoked them when they talked about getting reparations.
When you start talking about money,
when they start talking about economic, and
yes, that's when they got him.
The biggest thing that people sleep on that King said that got him in hot water is they said people find themselves exiled in their own land. And he let the cat out of the bag. He wasn't supposed to say that. So that's what got him in hot water. You know, so
as long as he was talking about integration and hey, we need justice, everything was fine. When you start talking about money, now
right,
that's, that's when you're gonna start coming. That's when you're gonna get their attention.
Right. So that's what got him.
Because if you look, when he started toward the end, he started getting more like Malcolm.
Right. Right.
And they definitely didn't want that.
Now, this is from this week. Let's go ahead and light it up a little bit. I know Carl like, all right, let's see what we got for this week. You know? I see the sweat bead. You know?
18 an hour.
I am an attorney. Just started, so I just passed the bar and I just started working. Roughly about 105 total.
Well, I'm an OCTA bus driver. What you make? Right now, my starting is only $24.
I'm a truck driver. I make about 125 a year. I'm an electrical contractor. I have a high school diploma. We do about almost $1 million a year. Myself, I bring home about $250,000 a year.
I'm a firefighter for Orange County Fire.
Do you mind to share how much you make?
I'm a fire captain. I roughly make around, with overtime, I'm roughly about 200,000.
I'm a gaming YouTuber, actually.
Oh, really? How long you been doing this?
Like over a year.
Over a year?
Yeah.
And how much you make a year?
A lot. Maybe like 350.
350 with YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a dentist and oral surgeon.
How much you make?
Average about anything from 250 to 500.
Mortgage broker, been in it for 25 years, easily over 350K a year. So 350 is what we say for the average person to come in to make that. That's easy for them to do.
I'm a journeyman lineman. I do the power lines.
How much you make?
I'm about 250. If you want to work more, like I'm in management, the guys that are actually working right now every day, they're making close to 500. We had one guy last year make 499.
I'm a CFO, primarily pursue shareholder value.
How much you make?
Well, it's public. I'm just under 450,000 bucks plus bonus.
I am a doctor and I own a medical practice. Maybe around 300K a year.
I develop healthcare software.
How much you make?
About 600,000.
I have a shop that we do brakes and alignments. Gross in my business, probably like 1.4.
Is like the profit?
Like about 350,000.
I'm a nutritionist and functional medicine practitioner. Yeah.
How about you?
I'm a NICU nurse.
I'm just about 200,000.
I am 220.
I'm a plumber. We do mostly sewer engineering in the street. We do a couple $1 million a year. You want to start working, get into a trade, either electrical, HVAC, plumbing. AI will never take over that.
We are sales associates.
You ain't lying.
And then TJ just says about HVAC season's been busy down as well. I've been there, man. Yeah, he just said that. That's a good segue. Yeah, these is AI. A lot of these soft skill jobs, AI is gonna take over those. But a lot of those skilled labor jobs, unless you get to robotics, which is a little bit further out, those are safe for the next, foreseeable future. I would say next 20, 25 years, they're a little bit safer. But a lot of the jobs, including ours, maybe, AI might be taking over, you know what I mean, the next 5 to 10.
Hey, yeah. I've been seeing reports about how people are doing with their with real estate and buying homes.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of people are bypassing all of this.
Right. So a lot of soft skill stuff is gonna be to the wayside. And then I think hard skills.
Anything where you got to use your hands.
Yeah,
it's physical. You got to use your hands. It's always going to be there.
Right. Also,
although I did see a thing where they had a robot painting the house inside in a house. He's painting the rooms. I saw that and I was like, ooh wee.
Well, I think that's going to be for new construction. By the time it's where I'm painting granny house with a robot. You about 25 years.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I think they'll pay some of the new construction. If I'm opening, a warehouse or something, or not a warehouse, but like a shopping mall, yeah, he'll pay that. But to do my grandma room, nah, it ain't gonna be feasible to bring a robot in. You might well take that paint can out and do that yourself, or hire somebody to do that.
Yeah.
So but nah, I'm gonna go ahead and comment because I'm up to today's this show's clips. So I like the variety, and I want to see show the audience that it's enlightening, that you don't necessarily have to have a PhD or a doctorate in order to make doctorate type money. Mm-hmm. You can be good at something. A lot of those jobs that was up there were blue collar. Journey linemen, and plumbers and electricians and different things like that.
Mechanics. Yeah.
Right. So they business, like I said, they'll take in 1.4, but the profit will be the bottom line will be like 350. That's in their pocket. Plus you control. And that's what they put on the books. Plus, that's a little bit more than that, because you controlling what you spending. So everything you spending, you writing off. So that 350, that's after you pay everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little bit more than that. So that top line matters. So business / blue collar, the stuff that everybody went away from the last few years is in high demand right now.
They went away from it, or did they cut it out?
Nah, they kind of went away. Everybody wanted to
I
be.
remember at my high school. Look, at my high school, when I was in high school, they had an auto mechanic thing in there. They had woodworking. They had all. It ain't over there now.
Right.
It ain't.
Well, partly
they even had because
they had the livestock. You know what I'm saying? Where you take care of the animals and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Selling on the market and all this other kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
But things have changed tremendously. You know what I'm saying? As far as school goes, and then no longer. But you know what I'm saying, when I think it needs to be highlighted more when kids go to school. You know what I'm saying, or they graduate high school. You don't necessarily have to go get a 4-year degree. You don't have to go get in debt all of you, especially when you know school ain't for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they were pushing college so much.
Yeah, so much. You know what I'm saying? But what was the rules back then is not necessarily the rules right now. So you know what I'm saying? If you don't know what you're gonna do, you might as well just kind of sit back, kick back and relax a little bit and try to figure out what it exactly is that you want to go to. And any trade that you want to go to, hell, welding makes 6 figures a year. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And welding is a I think a 15-month course that you can get out, you know what I'm saying, and start working. So there's a lot of trades, you know what I'm saying, that people can go into, especially when he talks about electrical and plumbing. It's going to be hard pressed to get a robot to get out there and dig up a hole, you know what I'm saying, and I tab something and relay some PVC pipe out there. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be hard to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be hard to get somebody to get out there, you know what I'm saying, take the sheetrock away, you know what I'm saying, and then go ahead and run that electrical. All those are things, you know what I'm saying, that you can actually print money. And especially when they talk about HVAC, you definitely print money on HVAC, especially in Texas.
Right. My man TJ said my uncle's a welder. He makes $40 an hour. Right? Yep. Yeah, I mean, them blue collars is never going to go anywhere anytime soon because you got to realize the scale. Those things, will it be more cost effective? The energy that it's going to take to run that robot, will it be as cost effective as a human being doing it, paying somebody for $40 an hour as opposed to the maintenance and the energy that it's going to take? So it's going to be a while before they make it efficient enough. So think about it. All right, that robot going to run for how long before it need a charge?
Yeah. You're going to need at least 1 or 2 people there just to watch it.
Right.
Yes.
Yep. It break down. Yeah. Then, all right, where you gonna get the parts? All right. With the 2 of them all break. Boom. Where's the third? You gotta make the
third. Hey, look, and then in Texas, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be hot. So you know what I'm saying, you got some kind of mechanism where they gonna overheat. You know what I'm saying? Like
cooling, who's gonna cool that thing down? So you got about 20-25 years before they make it efficient enough to where it's gonna start taking job. But it's right now. It's too many variables. A job in Arizona will be different than a job in Nova Scotia.
Uh-huh.
Or Galveston. You got the sand tear up machinery. So all that salt in the air. So it's too many factors. So let's go ahead to this next one.
You guys remember Indomitian Sue?
Please.
I didn't get paid on the field to be everybody's friend. I got paid to produce.
Indomitian, one time we were playing in Miami, I let go of the ball, and then this heavy arm would come and just boom. And when he hits you, it's like different than everyone else hitting you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I dropped it. I threw the ball. And just as I threw it, boom, he hit me again. And I'm like, how did he get here that quick? So I slapped him on the butt. And I go, dude, stay out of our backfield today. And he looked at me and goes, I'm not your friend. And I was like, I respect that. I respect that. I never said another word to him.
Trying to be liked is the quickest way for a leader to fail.
A lot of guys would come up to me and they'd be like, hey, man, it's an honor to be on the field with you.
I like that one. I think not to be controversial, because I know you're gonna take it like that. I remember somebody on the show way back. I was telling them that a lot of people don't like Mattress Mac. They respect him, but they don't like him. I don't believe that. Mattress Mac is trying to be liked. He won't be liked by the people, but the employees, he wants you to respect him. So
Yeah, somebody's got that needs to be liked all the time. There's something wrong with them.
It's gonna be impossible to make the hard decisions that's better for the business if you're trying to be liked.
Yeah, if you're making those hard decisions and you're worried about people liking you,
right? This ain't high school.
This decision that you make gonna make some people mad,
right? No matter how you slice it, and some people go 50% gonna hate, 50% gonna love.
Yeah,
that's what it is. So you
got
got
to back to the ultimate goal. What are you trying to do? What
Right.
are we trying to do? Are we you know what's our goal? Are we trying to make this money? We trying to get this contract, or we trying whatever it is?
Right.
Hey, it's what we gonna do.
Right.
You either riding or get off, or get off the train.
Let me bring this point, interject this point into it before I open it up. That's one of the flaws of Gen X. I mean, not Gen X, but Gen Z. I think the new people they're worried about being liked too much.
Yes.
You know, and this is about me working around them. And I got to remind them damn near daily, like, this ain't high school. This is a business. You know, I don't care about who like who. You know, this ain't, the world don't owe you an environment. What we owe you is a safe environment, a cool environment. But if you don't like, if you got a problem with something, that sounds like a personal problem. That ain't the company problem. You know, so we don't, this ain't, I'm not a family member, and they get that misconstrued. Like, nah, we have to come together for a common cause, and that's to make money and feed your family and take care of what you need to do, your responsibility. That's it. Mm-hmm. There's nowhere in the instruction manual that, hey, we gotta like everybody. They should have a team synergy, but the synergy should be to get the job done. So all this like stuff or try to be liked and all that, I get it. You need to be cordial. You need to
you can be respectful and cordial and not be
respectful and cordial. But my main objective is I'm not here to be to conform to what you like to do.
What did he say? He looked at him and said, "I'm not your effing friend."
This is the business. My job is to make you disrupt you.
I get paid to hit you.
Right.
I don't get paid to be your friend.
Exactly. So that's what I want to say. I yield the floor from there.
But no,
so I think there's a difference between being liked and being actually respected. You know what I'm saying? As we have just talked about, whatever the case may be. But I think there's a common misconception where, you know what I'm saying, you think you have to be an asshole or you have to lay down with an iron fist in order to be respected by your employees. Yes, I was the person that B Dix is actually replying to, that he's actually talking about. And it's hard for me to understand how Mattress Mac is not liked when I go into Gallery Furniture and damn near every employee rants and raves about Mattress Mac the same way they do a Tesla. If you ever talk to a person that owns a Tesla, you would completely understand what I'm saying. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not that Mattress Mac, it lays down with an iron fist, so he's trying to be this asshole or whatever the case may be. Mattress Mac is respected. He's respected around H-Town. He's respected in Gallery Furniture. He's going to be able to get things done. Now, is he going to do everything that people like? Probably not. But you know what I'm saying? He's not doing with an asshole-ish tone. And I think the biggest thing as a leader is to have the respect of your followers. There's different leadership styles. So, you know what I'm saying? If B Dix want to be an asshole to be a leader, by all means, go for it. You know what I'm saying? See how that works out for you. But when I talk about, you know what I'm saying, people actually like Mattress Mac and somebody that has actually met and shook hands with Mattress Mac, I can tell you right now, you know what I'm saying, that, he's not the asshole that you portray him to be. And I've seen that firsthand, not just something I heard, but something that I've seen firsthand.
Says the person that never worked with him. Wow. You're going to tell me that's like somebody,
that's actually right. That's actually right. Because you know what I'm saying, the proof is in the pudding.
I'm going to tell Barry B what it is to be a Q.
I never worked at Chick-fil-A, but I can tell you that customer service is off the chains. Can you not? Can you not do the same thing, B? Can you not do the same thing?
Barry, man.
Barry B. Is Chick-fil-A customer service off the chains?
Yeah,
that's all. Hey, what you think about? Hey, Barry B. No. Barry B. What you think about Chick-fil-A customer service?
In order to be a Q, you got to, the 6 principles, 1908, man.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it sounds like to me,
what we talking about?
Y'all funny.
What we talking about?
1908, man. 1908. Black and gold.
You gotta work for somebody to understand the way the structure work. Come on, B.
Barry, tell him something, Barry.
Stop.
I mean, I've met him once. I mean, I don't know him personally, so I mean, I can't.
I met some Q dogs too.
I can't even. I can't say how he is or he isn't. You know what I'm saying?
This is crazy, bro. I swear to God, this is not clickbait. I swear to God.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna stop even.
So B, you saying he is an asshole?
He's self-proclaimed. What are you talking about?
When he said that, B.
Huh?
When he said that, B.
When
he said I'm an asshole.
I can call 3-4 people right now.
Watch him make this shit up. Watch him make this shit up. Get him on the phone right now, then, B. Get him on the phone right now, then, B.
Boy, you crazy.
Get him on the phone right now, B. Hey, look, I'm waiting on right now. You know what I'm saying? Stop it. Stop it, B.
Let me see something, man.
B go back and forth telling tales, you know what I'm saying, just depending on the point he's trying to make. Yeah, please get him on the line. Please get him on the line.
Anyway,
I just want you to ask the question, not lead the witness. Can you not lead the witness? That's all I want to say. That's all I want to say.
I'm gonna ask him. Is he? I don't think they're gonna say it on that. That's another thing. You got to understand what people say in the press and what people say behind closed doors is two different things. That's another thing. Of course, if you're trying to make it,
I was assuming you was calling somebody that talked to him behind closed doors.
No, I mean, I ain't gonna do. I got too many clips, A and then B. You know, it don't fit the. I'm not even gonna do that to Bill. But you think what you want. I can think what I want about you. I can think what I want about him.
I hear you talking. I hear you talking, but you know what I'm saying, it's in the proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? Look, you can't get nobody on the line. Hey, look, even when we get off, B, you know what I'm saying? I love to talk to you. I love to talk to you when we get off the podcast. I understand we on the time crunch.
Yeah, like
when we get off, I love to talk to him.
Yeah. So, but no, just to answer your question, I'm gonna stop answering your question because it's so stupid, it's so silly.
Y'all crazy. Man.
You know what I'm saying? My first day on the floor. To tell you a quick story. My first day, he had Darren Mouton. In fact, I could call Mouton right now, and he'll probably tell you to stay in slower.
But you ain't called nobody yet.
Yeah, but
you ain't picked up the phone, called nobody yet, B.
Yeah, but because to prove what to what, that's like, yeah, you know. So
there it is. There it is.
Yeah, I met him, but like you say, this was at a
realtor event.
It was like a little, it was like a little thing, yeah.
Right. But now the first answer the story. So I mean to go over the story. So Mouton is like, Mouton, tell him everything about the job. You know, and so he's like, yeah, but when he was explaining some stuff to me, and like, nah, tell him the real. Tell him the real. Like, you know, so he's explaining some more, Mouton, tell him I'm an asshole. You're like, yeah. You're like, yeah, man, he's an asshole. But you know, he gonna say some shit, wipe it off your shoulder, wipe it off your shoulder. I'm like, yeah, I got you. You know, so but nah, he's a self-proclaimed. But that's you know, that's his thing. And then it's actually the opposite. My managerial style is I try to be exactly the opposite. I don't yell. I don't do anything. I hold accountable, and I'm a writer. I'm not gonna sit there and yell at you. Hey, this is what you need to do. I'm gonna hold you accountable. Now we're gonna put this on paper. My style totally different. My man TJ said, B. Corey and Barry, since you guys are in real estate market for millennials and Gen Z, is this the cheapest real estate we'll see in our lifetime? In other words, to buy or no? I'll answer. I'll go there first. Yeah, I mean, trends have shown that I've never seen real estate go backwards in my lifetime. There's always, even if it's it grows, but even if it's slower, it's still going up. It's never going down. So to answer your question, yes, it's always going to get more expensive because this off sheer inflation.
Yeah.
You know, so it's never going to be as cheap as it is right now. So I've never seen, all right, it's getting cheaper. I've never seen that in my lifetime. It's been a constant. If you look at the chart, it's constantly boom, 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 up. And then the growth, it might not be this, but it's still going to be this. That's what I got as far as that.
Yeah, it will never go down. Yeah. Because even like when these interest rates are coming down now, those prices, those values are going to go up.
Right.
And they've already said they talking about having 2 more decreases before the end of the year.
Right. Well, that's rates, but as far as the prices, but don't
Oh,
forget
when
the rates go down, the competition gets steeper, and the sellers raise the price. So
So it's a cause and effect on that.
Right. So it's actually pick your poison. Which one you want?
Yeah. So either get a good rate and a high value, or a low rate and a.
So here's the thing, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to my opinion, you know what I'm saying, I think now is the best time to buy, period. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to being the lowest, I would never say never, just because, you know what I'm saying, there's always something around the corner that can actually send the market tanking. You know what I'm saying? And we don't necessarily know what it could or could not be. But what I can tell you is, as far as timing and what we do know and what we can predict, now is the best time to buy it. Because once you talk about another 1 or 2 or 3 rate cuts, now you're in there in the gauntlet. You're in the gauntlet with everybody else. Everybody is going to bid that thing up. I guarantee you a little bit of an increase on interest rate is going to be a lot cheaper than paying $20,000 to $30,000 over price. You know what I'm saying? For what buyers, when all the buyers are in the market, you know what I'm saying, what they're going to run the price up to. So everybody sees it from relatives, you know what I'm saying, people that they think love them, you know what I'm saying, that doesn't necessarily understand the market. Everybody sees that as, you know what I'm saying, listening to them, oh, you got to wait until rates go down. You got to wait till rates go down. But then when rates go down, and then now all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, you're losing 4, 5, 6 houses because of a bidding war. They didn't tell you about that. And they can't tell you about that because they're not in the industry to understand the way the economics of the real estate market works. So long story short, you know what I'm saying, now is the time to buy if you're just asking that. I wouldn't wait. We've already had 1 rate drop. Once the second rate drops and the third rate drop, it's just going to be more and more people jumping into the pool. And then next thing you know, the pool's going to be overcrowded.
Because everybody waiting.
Everybody waiting. Everybody waiting.
Waiting to jump in the pool.
Look, if you jump into the pool, right? If you jump into the pool right now, you can refinance a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever the case may be, but you got the house that you want. Period.
That's good.
I saw this.
Show you're the owner? Yeah. Okay. We don't have to go too far.
Hey, how are you? Are you the owner? Can I help you? I said, are you the owner?
This is private property. Can I help you?
Are you the owner?
Can I help you?
Are you the owner?
There's an owner of the building and then the people that are renting this.
Are you the owner of this place right here?
I cannot enter.
Okay. Well, I own the building.
You own the building?
Yes.
Okay. So then why do you ask?
Because I've never met you if you own this place. Are you the tenant?
I'm the tenant.
Okay.
Can we stop videoing?
Why?
Because this is private property.
I own the property.
So I'm the tenant.
Who owns where you're standing?
I'm renting this.
Okay, so I'm asking, can we finish talking? All right. Adios. That guy's fucking insane.
So we're with him, honestly.
Okay.
Do you have anything that shows you're the owner?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. That's what it looked like.
Do you mind?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is that the one you guys were talking about? He had a bunch of tanning. Yeah. Is that kind of like your brand or?
Yeah.
Where's this at?
This is here. This is what it's gonna look like.
Oh, this is what it's gonna look like.
It looks so different.
So the signage isn't like a business name signage. Like
Yeah.
you're doing signs. You're just waiting for tenants to come in.
For sure. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I think it was just a miscommunication, both parties.
Oh, there's no miscommunication on our part.
I wasn't here.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I'm listening to your story. I'm listening to his story. There's always a gray area, and that's where the truth lays in. He could definitely be pretending. People lie to us all the time, and they change personalities. Like, boom,
Is he the tenant?
I have no idea who it is.
Let me see, because I've emailed the tenant. This is him. That's him.
I mean, yeah, that's him right there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's his face.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry you wasted y'all's time. All right.
Clarify for the
Yeah.
future,
All right.
so
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Awkward.
I know.
On camera.
Do you have anything that shows you're the owner?
Yeah, I've seen that. He's got a couple other videos about investing and stuff out there.
All right, just to unpack that. I guess, like I said,
enhanced millionaire.
Yeah, that guy on the building. I guess I don't know if he was cosplaying. I didn't really hear him cosplaying as the owner of the building. Yeah, he's like not as the owner of the building, and this kind of was standoffish. I guess my thing is I'm kind of neutral on it. If be straight up, and you just say you don't own the building. Why play those games? And then it would have been none of that. That's my thing. They say, hey, I'm the owner of the building. Who are you? And nipped all that in the bud. Are you the owner of this business? Be more specific instead of playing the game. Unless you're trying to catch them into something else. Have you been saying you're the owner of the building? Then just say that. Hey, I'm the owner of the building.
But we didn't see the beginning of the video.
Right,
so
that's what I'm saying.
Actually,
I'm kind of on the fence about this. I'm not sure because I see they call the police, but I don't get what the beef was.
But from what it looks like, from what I thought, maybe he was standing out there. Because didn't he say he was trying to talk to the tenants? So I think he might have been standing out there, and this dude came up maybe and was like, "Who are you? And why are you right here?" or something like that. So, but we didn't see the beginning of it.
Right. Again, yeah. I mean, this is I'm talking to the audience here. Back in my day, they had a saying: "Don't start no SH, there won't be no IT." So, and my mentor, Matthews Mack, I'm gonna go ahead and quote Matthews Mack. Just because he's not likable, don't mean he's not knowledgeable, and you don't learn lessons from him. So let's not get that conflated. He always used to say, "You run to it, don't run from it." So let's go ahead and address this first. Hey, I'm the owner of the building. If there's a problem with you, this is my property. How can I help you? And it would have been who are you? It would have been all that back.
But he asked the man too, "Were you a tenant?" And he didn't say it till after.
That was down the line,
after the guy said he owned it.
Right.
So he was getting ready to lie too.
Right. Again, I think from my perspective, I think we would have nipped all that in the bud if we would have identified ourselves from the get-go. And it would have been all that. I think he was kind of, the camera was on. He's going to see if he marginalized him. That's what I think. It makes a
difference. You're probably trying to see if he was going to say something crazy. Yeah.
Say something crazy or something like that. He's trying to do a gotcha.
But that ain't no gotcha. I ain't got to tell you that. I own this place.
All right. Well, it just makes for
smoother
transaction. I mean, a smoother interaction,
conversation.
Like, hey, this is what it is. What's going on? And if he was cosplaying and somebody saying you're the owner, that's something different. I would
actually when I first heard it, I thought that the white guy said he was the owner. I thought he said that at first,
but I didn't hear him say that
at the beginning. It sounded like he did say it, and that's why he asked him again.
Right.
So from it's a lot of things, I'm saying, and I'm kind of going to take this, I'm saying, where I know the intention wasn't to take this thing right here. But the first thing is that the Sweatpants Millionaire makes videos all the time, I'm saying, just kind of talking about different projects that he has going, the intention of the projects that he has going on, which I believe in my heart is the same exact thing that he was doing about this video. He was just outside shooting content, showing, okay, well, look, this is what our plans are for this actual building right here. Well, the guy that actually owns the building doesn't necessarily know if you're doing a bad review or not. So he's coming out to confront him to be like, okay, well, what's going on here? I'm saying? Like, you're in front of my sign, in front of my store with this video camera. What are you talking about? Like, are you bashing my business, whatever the case may be? If I'm the owner of a building and somebody comes out trying to test me, I'm saying, I'm going to be a little bit of an asshole. I'm saying? Like who are you to come out here and question me to shoot a video in front of the property that I own? I'm saying? So, like, are you the owner? Do you have rights to tell me that I can't record in front of your building? Like who the fuck are you? And obviously he didn't want to have that conversation. He went inside and wanted to call the cops. That's the first thing. I think it was a little bit of a miscommunication. I don't necessarily blame the Sweatpants Millionaire because I kind of would have been an asshole too. Like, who the fuck are you coming out here and asking me that question? Now, the other thing is this too that I want to point out that nobody said anything about is I want to commend the actual police officers in the way they handled that situation. As a person that's been caught in a situation where, you know what I'm saying, police are trying to resolve a situation or a dispute or whatever the case may be. And the way they handled it was A1. They was able to keep tensions down. They weren't coming over asshole. They didn't put him in handcuffs and haul him off, you know what I'm saying, into the car and all this other stuff. You got to prove who you are. They completely kept all tensions down. They figured out what was going on and they resolved the situation. Everybody just can agree to disagree. Everybody going about their business. Nobody has to go to jail. That's the one thing that I can't say that I saw from that. And I commend the cops for that. But outside of that, you know what I'm saying, the video part, I can understand both parts. I would have been an asshole too, but you know what I'm saying, I understand the actual business probably is hoping not to get a bad review, hoping you're not making a video complaining about something. It just
that's an assumption.
Circumstance.
Yeah, that's an assumption. There's no evidence that that's what he thought of.
Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying, we just said, you know what I'm saying, we didn't see the beginning of the video, so we don't know. We all assuming, right? Like just like you assume. We assume it, right?
Right. So but I mean, yeah, I figured it out, man. You're contrarian. You know what I'm saying? Why agitate? Why when the fire is going, why squeeze lighter fluid on that? You know it's gonna.
I'm a contrarian, yet I gave my opinion, but you had to comment on it.
Right.
Like, why not just go to the next video, B?
No, you know what a contrarian
like,
is.
you
right?
contradict yourself so many times, it's ridiculous, bro.
Nah, you know
Like,
what a
I'm saying?
contrarian
Like,
is.
you don't have to be contradictory to everything that I say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand. I understand you don't see life the way it is, B. I understand that.
Right.
You can
You
move
know what a
on.
contrarian
It's okay
is,
to
right?
move on. I know exactly what it is.
Okay, I got you. All right, so you know, I'm just making sure. I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping you know what it means.
Do you know what it means? Is the question.
You can't try to argue that this is a culture that we can live around. Like, we can't. Our entire real estate market is defined right now by how far away can you get from people like this and still be able to get to work. That is the sole basis of our real estate market currently. And then I've heard people argue, oh, well, you're white. Like, why do you care about the hood culture? Are we just supposed to surrender all of our major cities, all of them, like every single major city? We just need to surrender it. Like Detroit or whatever was the Paris Midwest. It's absolutely disgusting. I'm just supposed to accept that. I'm just supposed to see these like brownstones with marble steps and say, oh, well, it belongs to them now. Like, bro, we have to share a country. Okay, we have to. We tried Liberia, it didn't work. I want to make it work. Like, I don't want to share a country with literal barbarism. We don't have these problems. We're good. We got some problems, you know, but those are more insular problems. You know, some of our women are like kind of annoying. A lot of us are liberal and whatever, but you know, that's our stuff. Okay, that's not affecting anyone. This is affecting me. We need to deal with this. Like, the black culture is affecting me. It's affecting you. It's a problem. I don't want to share a country with it. I don't.
I'll let y'all go first. Let's hear it.
I want him to. I would like to see him explain how the black culture is affecting him, because he never said it. He just said they're affecting me.
Well, he said
because it sounds just like a rant. That's all it really sounds like.
He broke it down at the beginning. He said, like, you know, the real estate market is determined by how far you can get away from this and still get to work.
Yeah.
So he's trying to move away from it in the real estate market. That's how it's affecting them. Like, you know, everybody want to get away from that. You know, we know about that. We said this time and time again, in the city, you know, move in the city, they move to the outskirts, we move to the outskirts, they move back in the city. You know what I'm saying? It's like a cat and mouse game. You know what I mean? So, so that's how he said it. You want to comment on it, or you want me to go?
I don't really have nothing to say. You don't want to be around them, don't be around them. Shit. Right. I don't want to hear this shit. I think a lot of times, I think we give people
accountability on that.
I think a lot of times we give people too much credit or too much
attention.
If that's how you think, fuck it. Stay your ass over there.
So is he imagining all this?
Huh? I didn't say he was imagining.
Right.
If that's how he feel, right, that he got to get far away.
Mm-hmm.
But
so you feel comfortable?
Do I feel comfortable where I am?
Yeah, I mean, like with the whole the crime and the.
No, I don't feel comfortable about crime. He wasn't. He's saying that black culture. What did he say? He don't. It's affecting him. And
Right.
so is it just affecting him where he wants to stay? So does he want to stay close to black people, but he can't because the black culture is bad? Or I mean, so what is he saying that how this black culture is affecting him?
Well, he said is how far can I get away from it was still being close to in proximity to the job.
Okay, get a map and do it.
Get a job get a job away from the black area. You know,
yeah,
one or the other.
I think sometimes we try to make shit deep that's not deep.
Right.
I really think so.
But my point is that this is not a solo dolo opinion. It is.
I know that. Oh yeah.
Right. You know,
they've been running to the suburbs for 40 years. What are you talking about?
Right. I mean, well, before that, even that. But is black fatigue a real thing? Have you not suffered from black fatigue yet?
No, I love black people.
No. You know what black fatigue is, right?
I mean, tired of like some of the stuff that's going on.
Yeah, the buffoonery.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I don't like that.
Right. So that's what's called black fatigue.
Yeah. I mean,
not saying that you don't like black people per se. Is some of the in the last,
But you know what I do when I do see stuff like that, I move on from it. I don't sit there and delve into it, and I got to make some long speech about it. When I see somebody that's acting buffoonish, somebody that's acting ratchet or walking, I remove myself from it. And
but does it make it go away, or will it? Just like, all right, I got this.
And if I say somebody, is it gonna go away?
It's probably gonna make shit worse.
Well,
probably gonna make shit worse.
You got to be tactful in that moment. But too many people burying their head in the sand. That's why nothing is going unchecked. For a long time.
I think that when certain things happen in communities, well, let me ask you this: in other communities, when somebody in that community is acting a fool, does everybody else in that community do they have fatigue also, or do if John, that's the CEO in Houston, and he's online, he sees some country bumpkin in Alabama doing some old crazy country off the wall, is that affecting his life like that?
Well, if you look at a lot of different cultures, the Jays and the Arabs and stuff like that, any one of them get out of line, they get checked immediately by the community. And either why, hey, listen, we're gonna take you out of the circle, or you gotta apologize immediately. They get checked immediately. Asian culture, Indian culture, a lot of them, they step anywhere close to out of line, they get checked.
I know a few Asian people that you swear they was black when you
right. I'm not
if you met them.
I'm not saying that there's not anomalies. We're talking in general here, 51% or more. So you see it by the results. Everything is results. However, when we have our situations, which more and more across America, it's unchecked. Nobody says anything.
I think people say stuff, but yeah, people. What you mean? People don't say stuff. Yeah, people say stuff.
Look,
yeah.
people say stuff all the time. But here's the thing. I'm saying is that in most situations, if you do say something, I'm saying, you have to weigh the fact. I'm saying, if you want to escalate this or not. And prime example is, I'm saying, I'm driving my son to school this morning, and on the Breakfast Club, the donkey of the day was a lady holding the door for a lady with a younger generation, and the lady didn't say thank you. So an argument excuse goes about, I'm saying, because the lady was just like, you're supposed to say thank you, trying to check bad behavior, and she ended up getting shot and killed. So when you talk about, I'm saying, these things are supposed to be checked, and you hear about situations like this, is it really worth it? At the end of the day, now the daughter that she was with is now without a mom. The children that she probably had is now without a grandma. And then, I'm saying, you're not here. So, I'm saying, when you talk about trying to check something, I hear that's all good in theory, but I'm saying, is it really worth the consequences?
Can I rebuttal? So
Go for it.
Yeah, there's a way to do everything. Just you don't have to be combative while being checked. I think that's a misconception that we have. It has to be violent. It has to be. Nah. The way other people check is by the pocketbook. Hey, we're not gonna support you on this. We're not gonna support you on that. We're gonna take away this from you. You know, it's more of a tactful and a more civilized way of checking. It doesn't have to be an emotional, confrontational type of way of checking. There's ways to do things. Secondly, as far as my motto is this, and we've been doing this for a long time, you got to stand for something, or you're gonna fall for everything. You know, some things we got to eventually take a stand, and that's when things happen. And that's when things get done. If we just lay down for everything, oh, I don't see it. I don't see it. Nothing will ever change. And I think this is the perpetual problem. Everybody, no, that's not my problem. I just let it go, let it go, let it go. And we let it go for so long, it becomes this monster. It becomes this thing that you can't deny. You know, and eventually somebody gonna have to take that stand. We're gonna have to come as a conglomerate, take that stand, like, hey, we're not putting up with this any longer. I'm not trying to have my image, because from a distance, nobody can tell the difference. So am I to blame for somebody else? No, but however, my image is important. My reputation is individualized, but my image is clumped together. You know, so from a distance, you can't tell the difference. It hits everybody's pockets. That's how we're seen. And other groups have mastered this. You know, that's why they got a whole coalition on anti-Semitism. You know, hate. You know, that's one of the things that come out of this side. Hate crimes against Asians and stuff like that. So legislation and stuff get passed for other groups. We just, you know, we just gotta stop putting our head in the sand. You see what I'm saying?
I take a stand when B Dix take a stand. You stand up and correct somebody. I'm with you, B. I'm right behind you, baby.
This is part of the correction right here. It doesn't have to be. Again, we got to get out of our emotional mindset. There's more than one way of correcting.
No, we got to get out of our judgmental mindset. We got to get out of judgmental mindset. Are you going to lead? Are you going to be the pioneer? Or are you just going to complain about the problem? Part of the problem, part of the solution. What you going to do, B? That's all I'm asking.
Well, I'm doing it right now. Part of the things is speaking out. Part of the things is economically boycotting. Put my money behind certain things. Put my money in certain things that
Who are you boycotting?
Boycotting certain things that I don't believe in. So I'm not gonna patronize, and I'm not gonna support stuff I don't believe in. So I have my influence.
But you know what I'm saying, as somebody that do the podcast with you every single week, you know what I'm saying, I haven't heard about you boycotting anybody. So you know what I'm saying, is this something that you're keeping internal, or this is external? Because what you're preaching about is being external with, you know what I'm saying, the correction.
I have certain things.
So that's what I'm trying to figure out.
It's multifaceted. Certain things that I speak out that's external, certain things that I boycott with my wallet, certain things that I put behind money wise.
Okay, well, give me an example of something that you did external, B.
That's not.
I'm curious.
I'm
curious, B. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to stand with you, baby. What you can you give me an example of something external, B?
External, like what? What do you want to know? You're trying to make this personal.
So when you talking about, you know what I'm saying, you're actually doing the corrective action that you're judging about. I'm trying to figure out what external judging what's external correction are you doing? Because I'm looking to stand behind you, and I know Barry B is probably going to stand behind you too. But I'm trying to figure out what it is.
You're contrarian. Whatever.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to figure out what it is. B. How am I going to go against something that you said? You say I don't even know what you're going against.
Exactly. So you can't punch at nothing.
That's why I'm asking you, B. That's why I'm asking you, B.
Yeah.
Is this not an open dialogue? Is this not an open dialogue? Is this not an open dialogue? Like we can't talk?
So he go to violence. So
like who's getting no emotion?
B, I asked you some questions. You gonna make me?
I asked you some simple question, B.
You gonna make
I
me
asked you a
do
simple
it?
question.
This
You gonna
every
make me
week.
do it?
I'm asking you a simple question,
Or you
B.
gonna make me do it?
Y'all gonna
Can you name one thing external?
No.
Can you name one thing?
Y'all do this every week.
I said no.
Because there's nothing external. Hey B,
Okay,
you said
that's your opinion. That's your opinion.
Barry B, I'm gonna talk to you because you got some sense. Look,
Right.
the first thing
Y'all
is
do
you
this
know
every
he
week.
lying. You know he
Right.
lying because he
There
can't
you
give
go.
no example.
Right.
Every time you
I
call
don't
him out
wanna
on
give
an
an example.
example, he can't
They
give an
said, do
example.
not cast your pearls to swine.
I don't even know what the hell that means, but you
Exactly.
can't. All I'm
Exactly.
asking you to do is give an example. Give an
Exactly.
example. Just give
Do
an
not
example.
cast your pearls to swine. Why would I explain that? Why would I explain calculus to a second grader?
B, when Malcolm X standing on a correction, you know what I'm saying, he let it be known externally. He could tell you what it was. If Malcolm X did something, you know what I'm saying, he told you what it was. If any of those other people that you had in those videos try to do corrective action, they'll tell
Went to
you
the
what it
Super Bowl
was.
my first year.
Of course.
Yeah. I went to the NFL, balled out.
Anytime he losing
I
a
played
debate.
about 4 years, had a knee injury, but life is still good. They still take care of me. The NFL got me.
So let me change the question. When did you know that you did have a chance to go to the NFL?
When I was in Little League, I always believed I was gonna go. I mean, it's not easy. It's a lot of politics. It's a lot of struggles that a lot of people on the outside don't see. A lot of things you got to go through. They think just because you had a talent that you're gonna be in the NFL, but it's so much more to it. But I went through a lot to get there, but I got there.
Do you feel like that's a problem in our community for the youth that we like push them to go professional in sports at a young age and teach them that's the only way?
No, I don't. Where else you gonna go get a job that's gonna pay you $30 million a year, $10 million a year? The way they paying these athletes now, I think that's the first option. I don't think that should be their only option. For me, I believe that they should prepare for after football also. So that's your one. Your next half of your life is 1A, not B. So it's like the second thing is what you're gonna do after. So focus on both. But don't give up that dream to go. A lot of people didn't think that I was gonna make it, but I was not gonna allow myself to say no matter what I went through. And things just folded and worked out for me. God was good, got me there.
So when did you know that you wasn't going pro?
Now that video over with, you gonna tell us what you boycotting? B?
That
Yeah,
anyway.
You gonna tell you?
Yeah,
Ain't got no video. Now that you ain't got no video to play over me, you know what I'm saying? Can we have an open dialogue real quick?
Yeah,
Can we have open dialogue real quick?
Again,
so he was a pro football player. Is that what?
Right. So the premise
Yeah,
of
that's
that,
what you said.
yeah, the premise of that is that I think, like I said before on a couple of podcasts before, I think that you need to prepare for multiple things. I know ball. I mean, at one point it was the only way, you know, especially for my father's generation, maybe my grandfather's generation. That was one of the only ways that we could get to that type of money. Now there's more options. So again, you don't want to put doubt in your mind, but I still say you still have save some bandwidth for, you know, like I said, the 1B. Have the athletics. That could be your first option, but don't be confined to
Be the only thing.
Be the only thing. Keep the main thing the main thing. That's the main thing. However, don't let it be your only thing.
Yeah, most definitely. Oh yeah. When they said the option of playing, like you say, you can still go to practice and, you know, get your skills up, but you can still go to class and learn your math and learn management and all of this at the same time. Like my kid, I tell her, you know, you want to play sports, but you know what? You're gonna have to know how to read that. Well, not how to read the contract, but you're gonna have to know how to read some of that to know, make sure you're getting the right amount of money and nobody is messing over you. You don't want to just have one thing. You know, that's why a lot of these players go broke when they get out and they stop playing, because they can't do nothing else. You know, you got, you know, a lot of players that have businesses now. Shoot, they doing better than they were doing when they were playing.
Correct. Magic Johnson
Was that that one guy that was I think he just died a few months ago that was in the NBA? Never heard of him, but he was like a billionaire when he died. I forgot his name. I need to look him up. But he owned businesses. You know. So I think that can open the door for you, but now the door open, now you need to go in and do what you need to do.
And especially now, you know what I'm saying, that they paying a lot of these college athletes an astronomical amount of money. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about the money that they paying these college athletes, you know what I'm saying, you can actually take that money and invest that money and do something big like that. That is life-changing money just from making it to college, which actually, you know what I'm saying, it used to have to be where you had to make it to the league. But the biggest thing is that, you know what I'm saying, you're one injury away from career being over with. And that can happen in college, that can happen in the league, that can happen anytime. So even though a lot of people preach it, it's unfortunate that, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the youth only kind of stay tunnel vision. And they only focused on, you know what I'm saying, just trying to make it in ball and sports. And especially the way it is now where, you know what I'm saying, any sport that you play is year round. I don't give a damn if it's basketball, football, soccer, whatever the case may be. They have so much stuff going on where you can be year round. But you definitely want to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, if something does happen, that money that you're taking, that money is going to actually last you in the next generation and the next generation, whatever the case may be. So you have to make sure that you invest that properly. Always have a plan B.
Yeah, most definitely. These especially like college. I mean, these guys getting paid all that money for college and
crazy amount of money. Crazy.
Where is this little nigga's daddy?
Yeah, one day on kick. Here, come on, no, stop. I got no cover. Stop. One day on kick. That's all it takes.
Well. Now, I don't want anybody in the comments to get mad at the person recording because they probably recording for a reason. This little motherfucker was probably causing so much problems and nobody believed him until this person recorded. These little niggas growing up now, these YNs, these little boys who's growing up with no good home training is doing this shit to an older woman. Probably his grandmother, kicking her in her stomach. Boy could have killed the lady. Boy needs his ass whooped with a leather belt, a hot one too, because there ain't no fucking way. Pack it up. Pack it up. Where is this little nigga's daddy?
One of the man, even grabbing the belt back in the days was a cardinal sin. Man, you grab that belt to keep it from hitting you. That was you couldn't even do that. And that boy is doing the Sparta kick.
And you know what? You know, you talking about the person that recording it, and they probably so to prove it. I'm pretty sure that parent know what that child doing.
I'm sure
you not that old, and your parent don't know that you acting a fool like that.
Well, here's the thing. That's if the parents in their life. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know, it's so many situations where, you know what I'm saying, the parents got something going on, and it's only left to the grandparents to be able, you know what I'm saying, to take care of them kids, and they just don't have the energy. You know what I'm saying? They don't have they just don't have it in them. They old. You know what I'm saying? You know,
I'd still be whooping his ass. They would literally have to call the police to come get me off that money. I would still be whooping your ass.
Right.
But
here's
your hand against my mama.
But it's too far. Here's the problem, that it's too far gone. You know what I'm saying? At that point, he should have been getting his ass whooped.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's
little.
true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now that he's at that age, you know what I'm saying, it's too far out of the bag. You know what I'm saying?
When they young, they think it's funny. When it's young, when they're young, they laugh at
it. And they get away with it because they're young.
And then when they get 10, now, hey, that's all I've been doing, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
Correct. And then now it becomes more serious and more serious. And then when they get angry, guess the first thing they're gonna do? They're gonna put them hands on it. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, let it go for so long instead of correcting it when they was young.
It's crazy. It's amazing that we see the bad fruit and we want to say that it's a rotten apple. But when we're talking about the overarching we want to deny. It's not that. Nah, this is part of what we were talking about from the previous clip, some of the previous clips, that it's all part of the same disease. It's a symptom of the same disease. You know, we talked about the 70% of a clip earlier. 70% of Black children are being raised by single mothers, if at all. Like I said, a lot of times the mom was probably working on, either clubbing or whatever, and the grandmother
at the club or something.
All right. So, and the grandmother here in the raise, and then he kind of gloating about it. Look, it only took me one kid, so he know he more powerful than her.
Yeah.
He's not stupid, So know that you can't discipline me right because I don't respect you, So he said, look at that. It only took me one kick.
And I'm pretty sure the mother or father ain't instill respect in them.
Well, don't forget, it's the different. We feared our dad more than anything else. We didn't respect mom. We respect mom. We love mom, but we feared dad. Because dad was usually the disciplinarian. You had a certain your dad, especially as a child, like that. Dad is damn near your superhero. So if you don't have that, first of all, you're kind of mad at the world, and then secondly, you don't have. Look at he even gloating about it. You don't have that same fear factor. That you get that ass whipped. Or what might happen, the pain that might happen. So he's not. There is no.
Oh yeah, no consequence. Yeah, he know nothing's gonna happen to him.
Right. So, and don't forget. Imagine a generation like this. So that's where we're at. Where the dads have to be there to instill fear, and have to instill fear from the get go. And if you don't know any better, you won't know any better. You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know what you don't know. I mean, so that's where we're at. So this is what we're talking about. This is why, again, it's going to be perpetually the same thing. Because think about it. You think he going to get out there and become an upstanding citizen? What are the odds of that? It's not looking good.
Nope.
Not saying it's impossible, but where's the guidance?
He going to get out there and get shot by somebody that ain't going to take it.
Right, correct. Because you think they're going to play with you like your grandma going to play with you.
Yeah.
So the boys out there not going to play with you like that.
And that sucker got some size on him. You know what I'm saying? So he automatically think he he can rule the world.
Right. So, but that's what's happening. So again, I think it's a fatherless society, that we instilled, and we got to bring that back. And it all starts with the science of nature, picking the right person that's gonna stick with your groove instead of, all right, well, I don't like your beard today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and break out.
Now now on that, let's be careful and not just say fathers. I'd rather say manless, because some of these fathers ain't worth looking up to either.
Right.
I would say a man.
Right.
A real man.
A real father gonna be, if you're a father, you're gonna be a real man. I'm not just talking about a biological.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about a father where you're provide protection and provision and guidance and knowledge and wisdom and stuff like that.
Not just father, you know what I'm saying? That could be uncle, or you know what I'm saying, cousin,
that's
whatever
cool.
the case may be.
That's cool, but you still your own. Ain't nothing like your own. Your dad. It's a different ball game. Let me run this because I got a couple more. Let's run these.
Yeah, man, we getting to midnight, man. Y'all need to
Better be like, yeah, I need to wrap this shit up.
Yes, NFL.
Oh no, it's only to 11. Okay, I was looking at the clock wrong.
Money line, motherfucker. This shit was free. Think the books didn't know everyone and their fucking grandma was gonna hammer the Eagles tonight? Oh, the Eagles are only laying 7.5 tonight? That's free money. Wrong, motherfucker. That was not free money. That was a fucking mouse shack with a piece of cheddar dangling off the edge. Meanwhile, Jackson Dart, the fucking blue chip white boy, gets his "he's arrived" win on national TV. They'll inflate his profile, jerk him off all week, and bam, his ass will be back to sucking before you know it. In the meantime, Vegas takes your money and laughs their dicks off. Wake the fuck up. The NFL is rigged, and the next time you see a line that looks too easy, you better fucking check your wallet, because someone's already got their fucking hand in it. We're getting paid off of this rigged ass NFL.
Well, I don't gamble like that on football, so I can't.
I don't gamble either, but it does give you something to think about, man. A lot of spooky stuff been going on, man. Like a lot lately, man. It's been like damn near obvious. Like, man, come on. I got another one to kind of add to that. Like, come on, what is going on with this BS, man? Look at this one right here, man.
You know what? I think people forget that it's entertainment.
right. But they never said it's not rigged. You know what I mean? So we assuming that it's a fair sport.
I'm not usually into conspiracy theories, but after what we just watched, it's hard not to think there was something fishy going on. The Chiefs came into this game 2-3, and everyone knows if they lost tonight, they'd be in a lot of trouble. Everyone also knows that for years there's been this theory that the refs favor the Chiefs, and that theory has never been more on display than it was tonight. First quarter, first drive of the game, and the Lions have a 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. So that's a touchdown, right? It was called a touchdown on the field. The Lions lead 7-0. But no, after the Lions offense had already gone off the field, and minutes later, the refs decided that Goff committed an illegal motion, so they instead took this touchdown away. Very next possession. Now the Chiefs are driving, and it's 3rd and 8. And the Lions are trying to hold them to a field goal. Now watch this man right here. Here he is, center your screen, and watch him hold this Lions defender. Look at this. But guess what? It wasn't called, and it led to a Chiefs TD. But that's not it. Chiefs driving before the half, and this was ruled a catch. And as you can clearly see, the ball is on the ground. And guess what? The Chiefs would go on to score a touchdown on that drive too. And finally, 4th quarter with the Chiefs up 3. Check out this hold right here by Travis Kelce. And guess what? This also was not called. And if you think I'm exaggerating, take a look at this. There were 115 plays running this game, and the Chiefs were called for 0 penalties. That has only happened one time in the last 70 years. So like I said, I don't really do conspiracies, but this is some Chiefs devil magic right here.
I mean, I ain't into conspiracies either, but 0 penalties in the game, man. Man, I gotta play the goddamn you know what I'm saying? Wait, hold on, where is it? Goddamn it, hold on, where is it? No, goddamn, where's the goddamn? It's beyond the point now. But anyway, come on, dog.
But I mean, I feel it in all sports. Yeah, you get them calls like, man, come on.
Yeah, here you go.
Some of them be so obvious. It's like, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Oh, there it is.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Come on, man. No penalties, bro.
Ball
they
hit the
happened
ground.
in 7 years since the 50s.
Not one.
Not one penalty, man. I mean, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Damn, bro. They do favor the Chiefs, man. The Chiefs.
And then like the stuff after you done call a touchdown, a couple minutes later, now you want to, hey, wait a minute, man. What you doing? Yeah, that was yeah. I know what they be talking about is they say it's a script out there. the team with the script.
I don't have no evidence, but it's highly suspicious, man. A lot of these suspect calls.
I mean, and look, a few years ago when the NBA ref went to jail for the games.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty, and I put everything on it. He wasn't the only one. But they tried to squash that.
Donahue, but he was the only one that got caught.
He the only one got caught.
I think
the only one got caught. But it happens all the time. I know it happens all the time.
Yeah.
We're dealing with human beings. There's no way you could tell me that this is completely 100% honest. That Vegas ain't got all this mafia money in Vegas, ain't got nothing to do with putting influence in these games some kind of way and some kind of, you know.
I saw a video of a guy that used to play. I don't know if it was college or NFL. I can't remember his name, but he talked about how he got so far in debt that that people in Vegas told him, okay, when this game coming, you need to drop that ball a couple times.
Right.
They get so far into debt,
Right.
It's your salary can't even cover it.
Right. So it's like, man, but this the reps. Don't forget you.
Oh yeah.
You out there Sunday, you practicing and stuff like that. I was thinking, but you got these people making 30 million a year, like you said, and you what's the refs? 40, 50. How much the refs make?
Probably about 50, 60.
And
they're not even
Hell no. Hell no. Stop playing. Hey, look, them referees making $200,000 or $300,000 a season.
They make that much?
Yeah, yes. 100%.
I thought they was part time though. I thought they was part time.
They are. It's half a year. Half a year they're making that amount of money.
Damn.
But now, you know what I'm saying, you got to understand, you know what I'm saying, the other half of the year you ain't getting paid unless you're doing something else.
You're right. Yeah, they make between 100 and 150. 150 a year.
They making that bread.
A veteran, an 8-year veteran make 250 a year, NFL referees.
Hey, look up NBA referees. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, them cats is making a killing.
Damn. I didn't know they was making that much.
Man, I be a ref. I'll go ref some games, man.
But they got to work their way up, don't they? Because they got to do like college first, right?
And
they don't just go straight to the NFL, do they?
It's the same political step you got to go through.
550.
550?
550. NBA.
Damn. They only have like 3 of them out there.
But now here's the thing, though. You know what I'm saying? NBA, you got a lot more games during the season than you do in the NFL. But you know what I'm saying? Still, these referees, you know what I'm saying? Cats making, you know what I'm saying? Cats think they making teacher salary. No, these cats making some money.
Oh, I didn't know that. But
so everything's scrutinized right now. I didn't be messing up these calls, man.
And that gambling gets them.
No, I mean,
you said money, it's still personal error, though. It's still human error.
All right. Gotcha. How long for AI take their position?
It's gonna be a long time.
You think?
Well, they doing they got the one 100%. Thing now where they got the camera right above and they can kind of see where the ball is if it's a first down.
Correct.
I think they're trying it this year for the first year.
Right.
Which becomes a lot more accurate than, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a lot more accurate than them.
But to take away the referees, you know what I'm saying, and everything that's moving around, it's going to be a long time before they figure that out.
The biggest call that I see that kept us out of that Super Bowl, man. I still ain't forgiving no referees. When
against the
pass interference?
And pass interference? Yeah, man. It was targeting and pass interference.
Come on, man. Like, that was the worst call I ever seen in my life. I thought.
Tell me they ain't had money on that game.
Come on, man. They had to have some.
Tell me they ain't had money on that game.
Since Barry getting sleepy, man, I'm going. This is one right. This is one I want to discuss. Shout out to my boy Marquette Burton. Now I don't agree with everything Marquette said. You know, I disagree with a lot of stuff, especially when he be coming at Kevin Samuels. But I don't know. I'm gonna open this one up. He had a good discussion about this right here. This is a good one, and this is a good one to probably have a nice little discussion about. I'm gonna go ahead and run this one.
Looking at these men, it's so disappointing because number one, that's your CEO standing there talking to you. Everyone should be tracking the speaker. They should be sitting up straight. After all, this is a grown man who's allowing you to provide for your family. He's almost the father of your family, low key, because you're not providing for yourself. You didn't provide yourself a job. You're just coming in to work it as labor. And I think that this is really sick and sad. It shows the weakness of the male today. This young man is the only one who stood up to say the company core values, and he did it for $100. This should all be a basic as a thanks and also as an investment in yourself to advance. But you can tell from the body language that he hasn't been properly trained to convey confidence as he speaks, but still he's a cut above all the other overweight, weak, effeminate males sitting down. Looking at these men, it's so disappointing because number one, that's your CEO standing there talking to you. Everyone should be tracking the speaker.
I just want to run it.
That's a lot of opinion he getting out of looking at that video.
Well, it was a clip.
It was a small clip.
Yeah, the clip. He had a whole line, but that's the only thing I could find. I think that he but he had a whole live talking about this, but he kind of went into details about what happened again. This was, I forgot what company, but the CEO is there at the company, and everybody just like, nonchalant. And he asked, he's going, hey, $100 if you can name the company core values. And nobody, only one dude stood up, and and he still, his posture wasn't there. Like, it just was like no respect.
Who fault is that? Isn't it
that's
the
controversy.
The company's isn't the company supposed to relay that, or am I just supposed to expect my
That's what people
employees
were
to
saying
know?
online. But what Marquette point was is that, hey, you supposed to take initiative. It's not the company to get you to do the basic things, set up straight, pay attention to the, know the company core values, and you're supposed to take the initiative. And hey, it's called job security.
If the company paying you to do a job and you doing that job, then
well, that's the thing is that I believe I agree with Marquette on this one, is that how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if your persona, you slouching, your work is slouchy. You're especially when the CEO there, like, come on, stand up. We knew, like, all right, boom. Even when Mac was there, we see Mac every day. We straighten up a little bit. It is out of, this is how you want to present yourself. That's kind of lost. It's gone now. I see that, working with these Gen Z, like, hey man, you can't. Where's your uniform? You can't just come. What? Are you serious? You just can't wear some, rando stuff. This is the uniform. Why you got the uniform on? Why you ain't shave? Why you got, this basic things is gone. I'll go ahead and open it up.
Yeah.
So go ahead, baby.
Well, I mean, like I said, I didn't see it that much of it, but like now the sitting up and paying attention to the person talking, and that's basic elementary school stuff right there that you should be doing. Like you say, if that's a CEO and he's giving you some information, maybe he's talking about some program or something, or something where y'all gonna make some more money or something. You just slouching there, but yeah, pay attention to who's talking. Now the core values, hey, some companies have it like right there when you walk in. It's right there every day. So if you come in every day, you're gonna see them. You can't help it.
But shouldn't you know that as an employee?
Maybe they're not influencing it, or maybe they're not saying anything to the employees about it.
But do they have to? Isn't that elementary? Like?
But that ain't got nothing to do with the job though. Are you paying me to know the core values, or you paying me to do A, B, and C?
Nothing to do with the job. No.
You can, if I'm employing you and you don't know the core values of the company, why are you here?
To do A, B, and C that you paying me for.
But why wouldn't you immerse yourself in even though it's not your business, but if I'm gonna do something, why not do it?
But that ain't part of the job.
But you know what I'm saying? You speaking and judging from your perspective.
Huh?
You speaking and judging from your perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's why we have a podcast.
You have to understand, you know what I'm saying, that everybody's perspective is not the same way. First off, you know what I'm saying, you have to take away, you know what I'm saying, from the fact, the obvious. You have a white CEO that's probably making millions of dollars. And you have a lot of black guys that's out there, which if you replay the video, I saw like 99% black people, you know what I'm saying, that's actually working in some kind of lower capacity, you know what I'm saying? So automatically there's a power struggle that's there, you know what I'm saying? You're up in a corporate office, you know what I'm saying, probably making these rules that we have to follow that we don't necessarily agree with because it doesn't make sense on the floor. But because you're not on the floor, you know what I'm saying, you don't necessarily understand. So now I already feel some certain kind of way. You're talking to me, but you know what I'm saying, I don't really have respect for you because you know what I'm saying, I don't really talk to you every day. I don't really care about you, whatever the case may be. And then the fact that you're supposed to know the cores, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people are just like, look, you know what I'm saying, if you're paying me a paycheck, I'm doing my job every single day. That's all that matters. The fact that you got these core principles or whatever, you know what I'm saying, doesn't even matter to me. The third thing is where's the core principles printed at? When we play ball, whatever the coach was trying to get across, it was printed outside the locker room. It was printed inside the locker room before you walked out. So it was no way for you to miss it. whatever company this is it the same thing? Like,
Well,
is that thing printed around the warehouse where you know it? Or, you know what I'm saying, are you just supposed to know it because you work for the company? Like, there's a lot of questions to be answered.
Even if we don't know that. That's an unknown variable. However, regardless if it's printed or not, you should know it. In my perspective,
I don't agree with that. How many
Yeah,
jobs have you had where they gave you an employee handbook and you read all the way through it and you know everything that's in that handbook?
Facts.
Everything that's in that handbook. Every job you never had. Come on, B.
The core principle.
What's the core principles of Pizza Hut? If they had somebody ask
the
you
core
what the core principles of Pizza Hut is,
principle of Petland is we match the needs of the pets and the owners and satisfy the needs of both. The core principle at Gallery Furniture is life is work is life's greatest therapy, and we believe that made in America is important to us. That is the core values, and that's 10 years. I've been 10 years removed, and I know that like the back of my goddamn hand.
Okay.
You know, there's levels to this, and that's what I want the audience to see. You know, so you got to take, again, back in my day, if you was the janitor, you was the best janitor out there, regardless of what, if you low level, high level, whatever. Take things serious. Don't just do the minimal. You listen to these guys. I mean, they're kind of on the fence, but listen to Corey, you're going to be, you know, minimalistic.
Barry B lives in a realistic world. He understands what it is. It ain't no way in hell, you know what I'm saying, you can expect that of somebody, you know what I'm saying, if you a CEO. And B can't expect that of somebody, you know what I'm saying, but if you was over somebody, you would understand that.
He didn't,
you know what I'm saying? Like, just because Barry B, you know, I mean, just because Barry Dix would do something a certain kind of way, just because you know the core values, which I question if that's true. We need to fact check like your people, like your president. We need to fact check. You know what I'm saying? It may be fake news, but you know what I'm saying, like, look, if we go off that principle, then you know what I'm saying, you need to understand everybody is doing a job to get a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? All that extra stuff, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people ain't even doing that.
Right.
When you talk about a majority of people, which is what you like to say, a majority of people do not know the core principles of any company.
Well, that's why I don't think he expected him to know it. That's why he gave him an incentive to know it. My point, and Marquette's point, and I agree with him, is that you should have to give an incentive. That should be baked into your nature. You should do things all the way, not just here. And I think that's a lot of problem, especially with this Gen Z issue. And apparently some millennials too, is that they don't take shit serious. A job is a job, and that's why customer service has went down. They don't take the job serious. Back in the day, even with contract, they don't take the shit serious no more. They had a certain pride, and especially like even in Japan, they have a certain pride in your job. I understand that I'm here now, but if I act like I'm going to be this, then that will come. You know, so I don't present myself like a laborer. I'm going to present myself like a CEO. And then everybody around, they're going to notice that I'm going to propel myself to the top. That's how I believe. That's from my perspective. Now, I'm not saying, will everybody do that? No, I understand that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. But how it should be, it used to be, yeah, I would say a lot of more than not, it used to be the majority of people had a little bit of what's called initiative and snap. You know, and that's true job security. I got two more, Barry, before you roll out here. I want to get your opinion on this. I need somebody sane though too on this.
Get your coffee, Barry B. Get your coffee. You know what I'm saying? Because B finna go left on these videos. You know what I'm saying? Look,
I gotta catch the next one just to catch y'all too.
$305.
I mean, you knock this off a little bit.
No, sir. This is brand new.
Brand new. You said what?
305.
I take EBT. EBT. What?
Are you serious? EBT? Why? Are you serious?
I go to Costco and use my EBT card. This is hang time. Right. We deal with the clothes. Right. They sell clothes at Costco too.
But why would we take EBT here? We don't sell groceries.
Maybe that's something I need to look into.
EBT.
How about I look into this?
My question is, why would you try to use an EBT card?
I mean, it swipes like a regular card. I use it when I go to the grocery store.
Oh, that's a skit.
Homeless, you got what you gonna do?
Okay. Can I use my insurance card?
Are you playing?
Bro,
you being for real?
My insurance paid for
Why,
everything too.
how, are you trying to buy $300 clothes with EBT
We're not tripping
insurance?
on, bro. Where y'all from? This is new era, new age shit, bro. What y'all tripping on?
I got a better idea for you. It's a clothing store at the end of the building.
Right.
Go holler at them. They'll take care of you.
They got the same outfit?
Yeah, same one.
Same list. All right, then.
All right, brother.
I'll take it easy.
Yeah, you
All right,
too.
big dog.
What's up, brother?
What's up, man?
No, that's a skit. That's a skit, man. There
Even
ain't
if
no
it's a
way.
skit, even if
There
it's
ain't
a
no
skit,
way.
who right, who wrong? I mean, how you see it?
How you gonna?
That's
Okay, first of all,
definitely a
EBT is for food. Number one.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was
Ain't
for necessity items.
No, it's for food. EBT food.
EBT is food. What necessity?
Yeah,
item?
EBT is
I thought
food.
Where you
could
get
buy
that from?
clothing. I thought you could buy
Food.
clothes. Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
I'm gonna say if they doing it, they doing it illegally.
Hold on, man.
No, EBT is food. In fact, they just started where you can buy food that's already cooked because you used to have to. It couldn't even be cooked. So now, yeah, that was they kind of went a little bit overboard, but I'm pretty sure some people have tried it.
It was funny though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they did their purpose. You know what I'm saying? It was funny.
Okay. Yeah, right. It says strictly.
He like it's swiped just like a regular card.
Hey, look, he said we don't sell groceries. That might be something y'all want to look into.
Yeah.
No, that shit was funny. Man, that shit was a skit all the way through. Ain't nobody trying to get that.
Yeah, that might have. I believe, but my question is the reason why I clipped it. Did they handle it right?
The one
Yeah,
behind
they
the
handled it
desk
right.
did. When the other dude
Yeah.
came, he kind of
Look, you trying to be funny? I'll be funny right back. Let me get this up out your partner. Hey, look, you know what I'm saying? Go on, take that down the street. They got a clothing store down the street. Oh, yeah, we got the same outfit. They probably don't. They probably ain't got no clothing out. They probably ain't got no clothing store down the street. Probably ain't got the same outfit. But you know what I'm saying? You just try to get them out the store. You know what I'm saying?
Cashier did what he was supposed to do. The other dude, now, yeah, that was when he just came and took the clothes and then took them.
I tell you what, let me go ahead and get this about you, partner. Let me go ahead and get this about you.
Oh no, I'm on the fence about that. Why wouldn't you? All right, so I would have handled it different as a manager of the store or something like that, retail. So explain to me how that's possible. I'm gonna hear you out.
I mean, like
possible.
EBT
How
is for
can
food.
you- I'm gonna let the customer explain to me how can you pay for?
Oh, okay.
How can you pay for these clothes with the EBT card? Explain to me.
Didn't he say it? What did he say? It's
When I go to Costco and do it all the time.
Right. All right. So, like, all right. How can I get that license? How can I do that? Because from my understanding is that it's for food only. So, show me where you pay for at Costco because I would want to get that set up too.
Yeah. Which
So
Costco you going to? Because that's where I want to go.
Yeah.
Here's
I don't want to kill myself from any opportunities.
No,
so if you said it like, all right, this is some new age stuff. All right, cool. Like, well, teach me.
Hey, here's the thing that I think, right? You know what I'm saying? Anytime you at a grocery store like Walmart or whatever case may be, where they sell food and they sell clothes, it is impossible for somebody or a system to actually be able to register if it's clothes or if it's food.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? If you got 10 packets of oxtails or whatever the case may be, and you throw some shirts in there, if you at Walmart and that totals up to $100, the EBT is gonna see it as $100. Oh, this is a food store. Then you know what I'm saying it'll ring through.
No,
right?
I think I think what it does is it says what it's on there. So if it's $100 and say 30 was closed, it would only take out the one that's not closed. Would only come out. I don't think it paid the whole thing. I don't think.
Right. I don't know.
I couldn't tell you.
I'm not sure, but because I've seen people up there, and I've seen them do it twice too.
Exactly. They pay. I've seen that before too. They'll pay part of with the EBT, then part of with the debit card or something like that.
Yeah.
Card.
Yeah.
And they'll break it down automatically. I've seen that before too. You know,
I don't know how it deciphers. You know what I'm saying? From an electronic standpoint.
Got a certain code that,
when they scan it, it'll say like it's oxtails or it'll say it's a shirt.
Right.
So
Okay, I got you. Well, you know
But
what I'm saying? That theory don't work.
I thought this, and I'll leave it at that because I want to hear y'all. This is the last one. I don't want to say the last one for Barry. So I might try to run these last ones out since I'm up. Get
some bourbon. I might be all right.
I think they handled it bad. I think they handled the dude bad. You see what I'm saying?
How?
The one behind the counter. Yeah, I think the one behind the counter. Definitely.
You think they should have swiped it? You think they should have swiped the code?
I would have been more professional. This is me personally. Again, this is my perception. I know it's a skit. I know they're trying to be funny, but I'm just saying, if this was a real thing, this is a real thing. I think they're handling bad.
Okay.
Think about it. You ain't even here to do it out loud. I'll tell you what. And then you go rack the thing. All right, well, I ain't spending no money with you. Then
Now he was a little bit overboard, just taking it and leaving. And taking that was.
And he was being cool like that, bro. Y'all might want to look at that, bro. All right, well, shit, hit me to some knowledge. You know, let me know what's what. You know, and then I'd have still been polite, like, man, nah, all right, I appreciate it, but we ain't set up for it right now. But shit, you got cash or anything like that, we'll take that, and then I'll look into, I'd have handled it like that. I don't know. All right, tell you what, go down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, like that. Like that was.
Go down the street. They got it down there. You can use it down there.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
If it's playing that way, you know what I'm saying? Look.
But you ain't see though, too, and this is the point I wanted to make by clipping that. He had the bread in his hand. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he had the bread in his hand. So you just let that bread go by being an asshole.
I ain't see that.
You see what I'm saying? I would have had, I'm not giving that bread up. Especially if this is my store, whatever, on the manager. Nah, bro, like, you know.
You pay cash.
You can pay cash. I take that cash. How much you got right now? I'd have handled that totally different. You try to, let me put this up. But I could see that happening. Boy, trying to be smart. You want to be smart? All right, let me counter that with being flipped too.
Yeah.
Now you ain't got no bread.
That further lets you know is a skit because, you know what I'm saying, he said nothing about the bread. He would have been like, I got the cash right here. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't take EBT, I'm just trying to ask. You know what I'm saying? He would have said that if, you know what I'm saying, if you truly wanted to buy it.
He ain't give him a chance. He's all right, let me tell you what. I'll tell you what. You know what I'm saying? He already went to 0 to 100.
Hey, if dude was that upset, you know what I'm saying? And let's just say it wasn't a skit. If dude was that upset, you know what I'm saying? He would have been like, all right, man, you know what I'm saying? Bless up. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have dabbed him up. He would have walked out there, motherfucker, and been like, y'all just missed out. I got cash right here.
Right. I know
if that was a real scenario.
Right. He would probably, if it was a real scenario, he probably would bug back. I want to do business with y'all anyway. Like I got the money right
Correct.
here.
Correct. You know it. You know he would have snapped. Come on.
But I think he jumped faster. I think he was in the wrong because he matched it. And by you matching it, you just totally blew yourself out of the cell altogether.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have kind of pumped my brakes. All right, explain to me what you're talking about, bro. Like, nah, there's no way we set up, but you got that cash? We'll take that cash right there. I'm not turning down nothing but my collar. You know? You know, so let me go ahead and get into this one. This is controversial. Let's see. I know y'all gonna disagree with this, but let's go ahead and run it. Let's go ahead and run it.
Others are attacked by lust. Some spirits don't just tempt, they remove. They remove fathers from their post. But get this, Asmodeus doesn't just push lust, he pulls legacy into destruction through distraction. He attacks fathers in these 3 ways. First, he trades your presence for pleasure. He makes you believe escape is somehow deserved. That comfort is leadership, that showing up physically is enough. Meanwhile, your house is uncovered, your children are spiritually unguarded. Second, he makes you confuse lust with love. You stop correcting with compassion. You stop nurturing with strength. because he told you gentleness is weakness. Now your discipline looks like domination, and your children call fear respect. Third, he turned your ego into confidence. You stop reflecting, you stop repenting, you stop learning, and suddenly you think authority means never being wrong. But your silence is louder than your words, and your stubbornness is no longer strength, it's sabotage. This is not about desire. This is about destruction. And if the father is out of order, the family will always be under attack. That's why I created a mini course called the Spiritually Disciplined Leader. It's not a course, it's a recalibration. This is what life looks like for those who finish it. Clarity in the home, authority in spirit, and peace in the mirror. So send me a direct message or email me if you're ready to become a leader that God can trust. Were you ever raised by a man who confused silence with strength? Let me know down in the comment section. Now, if you didn't know, now you know. 3.
That wasn't controversial.
Well, anything outside of that kind of talk about values or morals and stuff, we get kind of you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you talked about confusing lust with love. Oh yeah, I know that's definitely
right.
What's got a lot of men in trouble.
Right, no doubt. I'm looking for the next one that I want.
What do you say? I like the thing when he said silence, they confuse silence with strength, or they say silence is not strength or something. What do you say? Something like that.
Right. I'm looking for this next one, my bad. But y'all go ahead on this while I'm looking for this next one. I'm kind of going, I went out of order and shit.
It's all good.
I want to do this one. Yeah. The next one, a good one too. But I mean, this to run it. I mean, yeah, I definitely think gratification, instant gratification, hinders a lot of stuff. Is a spirit? Can it be? Yeah, possibly. I think it's all like self-reflection. I think I think the only way you get better is to actually work on things, reflect internally, work on things, and get work, and use the discipline to get better at it. I think that's the only way. I don't think there's no hocus pocus. Pray it away. I think you got to do internal deep dive and work on your flaws. That's it. And as far as father, I wanted him to dive deeper, a little bit more into how it could become a distraction. I know he went a little bit off on the. I know he had to name 3 ways, but that first one is what I would have wanted to key on. That as far as just, and I know, that could be one of the biggest distractions out there. And we got to stay focused, especially how nowadays they're everywhere. And it is readily available more than ever, probably. So as far as digital, physical, is all in the movie. Everything that commercials, everything we bombarded with it. And then we have to be almost damn near superhuman to overcome that. Because think about it, any red-blooded heterosexual male, your mind gonna be on it. So you have to overcome your mind. You have to discipline your mind in order to stay focused.
Yeah, a lot of people don't have that discipline.
Yeah, that discipline is crazy. So it could be a huge distraction. It could take you away. Trip part about it, I learned so many lessons. Check this out. Quick story. That's what my mentor used to say: stories sell and facts fade. Right. I normally know why. This is my first TV I watched since like the 90s. Like, I don't watch like TV shows, but I watch this show Bel Air because I grew up on Fresh Prince of Bel Air. So I watched this particular
Good show, by the way.
Yeah, I peeped it out. I had a couple, a little bit of extra time. I don't know if y'all, the audience, know they rebooted the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, and made it like a drama.
Yeah, I heard about it. I've never seen it, but I heard about it.
Yeah, something made me watch it. Like, man, because it was, we grew up on that. Let me see what they talk about. So, I'm saying that to say this: they have a situation in there where, they're writing into the script now, and this never was on the original show. That there's a rift between Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil. With infidelity. We never seen that on the original show. So this, 25 years later, 30 years later, this is kind of what they're writing into the script. It's like, it's his ex pop up on the scene, right? Mm-hmm. She kind of, this chef kind of flirt with her. So now they kind of, at odds, like, what I mean? So that ain't never happened before. So
because controversy sells,
right?
Stuff like that.
The point I'm making is that it's almost like that's kind of like the norm now. Like, even shit, we never. I'm tripping out. Like, man, Will clapping cheeks like every other episode.
What?
Yeah, Will clapping cheeks like every other episode. Calls and snorting coke.
What?
Head.
Damn.
Yeah, like, man, what's going on? This ain't what I grew up on.
God, dog.
Yeah, boy, it's not, drug use, boy, clapping cheeks, broads. Like, damn. So, and these supposed to be, I thought that would be illegal. These supposed to be teenagers. I didn't see these teenagers throwing that thing like that.
Damn.
So,
I'm glad I didn't watch it.
I'm like, man, this is crazy. But the point I'm making is that it's almost becoming baked in society where everybody's over-sexualized.
Oh, yeah. That's, you've been saying that over the years. The stuff that you see now, it's like, what?
Right.
You would never see nothing like that.
That would never flew back in the day, even 30 years ago. Especially putting it on TV. Now, were we doing our thing? Yeah, but they wouldn't have put it out there like that. Like it's cool.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
yeah, because before it was on the cable channels like HBO when they came out and all that. Then it's starting to creep into the regular TV.
It's regular TV. It's regular, I don't even know what is it, PG-13? It's regular cursing and all kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, and it's supposed to got the they still
cursing around Uncle Phil and all that. All there, they cursing like it's normal. Like, what is this society?
Here's the thing, what I'm saying? Boys are showing their age right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Here's the thing, what I'm saying? I think the principles remain the same. The issues are different for the generation now versus when we were growing up, right? So I think when you think about shows like Family Matters, you think about shows like Fresh Prince of Bel Air, you think about shows like Cosby, you think about those shows that brought up real life issues, and they just kind of figured out a way to positively handle those situations. Now, they rebooted Bel Air, but from having conversations with kids that are in high school and stuff now, you know what I'm saying? Like kids snorting coke in high school, sex, all this other stuff seems astronomical because, you know what I'm saying? It's like we haven't seen that on TV before. But the truth be told is generations have evolved. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the issues that kids are dealing with right now. So if you want to help them cope with those situations, if you want to help them resolve those situations, then that's kind of what you bring to the forefront, which is the same thing that happens in Bel Air. You know what I'm saying? For the example that you bring, not only for the kids, but for the adults too. The adult situation with Aunt Viv and Uncle Viv, Uncle Phil, is the same situation that a lot of relationships are actually dealing with. Now, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy because, you know what I'm saying, it's a little bit more graphic than what it used to be back then. But those are real life situations. So again, you know what I'm saying, the principles remain the same. For us that's used to the old school way, you know what I'm saying, like it is a shock, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, it's all the same principle. the issues that you're dealing with currently today, and then kind of how to resolve those issues so that people are better able to handle, better equipped to handle those situations when they're going through them.
Man,
They ain't make them shows for me and you, B.
Man,
They made them for the
Barry's
millennials,
face right
I
now,
guess.
man. Look at
Yeah.
Barry's face, man. Like, come on, man. First of all,
Yeah.
I gotta combat this, man. First of all, they're not putting it as a resolution. They're putting it as a backdrop. You know, that's not the if you look at the episodes, that's not the core lesson. And if there is any lesson, that's not the core lesson of that particular episode. It's the backdrop. It's like, all right, he clapped cheeks. Next, it's not talking about premarital sex and all of the effects of it and the repercussions. That's not the lesson. It's just the backdrop. And this is what it is. She quick, jump into some skins. You know what I'm saying? That's the old school terminology right there. Damn, I'm showing the age with that. But
right?
So it's not the lesson. That's another thing. There is no more lessons like they were. You in 30 minutes or less, you'll have a whole after school special. When Carlton brought the gun, you'll learn about gun violence in 30 minutes, and they made it entertaining, and you'll learn something. I think what happens is, yes, did those issues exist back then? Yes. However, they didn't make it as a backdrop because people are going to take the path of least resistance. They're not going to see it as something that you're not supposed to do. They're going to take it as the social norm that everybody's doing it. So I might as well do it too because man, Carlton had his issue. He snorted dope. He got over it. Will clapping all these cheeks, man. I gotta clap cheeks, man. This is to be cool. So this is just something that we had back in the day. We always would spin it to, hey, a moral standpoint, and the morals have gone. Little House on the Prairie, man. We grew up with, man. You know what I'm saying? Little House on the Prairie and stuff like that. They Benson and all these positive shows, that had like a little bit of moral behind it, like stuff that you wouldn't say. That's all gone.
It seemed like most shows back then did have like a little message at the end.
Right.
It's the same thing for Bel Air. I think B watched one episode. You know what I'm saying? He prejudged the whole goddamn show off of that one damn episode.
Yeah.
Barry B, you gotta watch this. Barry B, you gotta watch the
course?
whole season. It's 3 seasons of it, you know what I'm saying? 2 or 3 seasons, you know what I'm saying? You got to watch the whole thing. When they talk about, you know what I'm saying? When they talk about the issue that Uncle Phil ran into, you know what I'm saying? When he ran into the ex, they talk about him running to the ex, him actually, well, not accidentally, but him kissing the ex, and then how him and Aunt Viv went through the steps to actually make their way through that. They talk about Carlton, you know what I'm saying? Carlton went through his stuff with the cocaine, how the family rallied around him, you know what I'm saying? To show him love. To show him love, you know what I'm saying? To show him love, to get around it, you know what I'm saying? To show him support so that he can not do the cocaine going forward, you know what I'm saying? They show the example of how Will is in relationships, jumping from relationship to relationship, but how he was able to open up the communication to still keep a healthy relationship with the people that he was no longer in a relationship with. When he moved on to another girl, you know what I'm saying? They showed the transition of how they communicated, the turmoil that they went through when the woman was pissed off. And he didn't run from the conversation. He ran to the conversation to have that conversation. They was able to get over it. So you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of lessons to be learned right there, but you can't learn that by watching 2 or 3 episodes. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch the whole season. So again,
let me show you how
as my point was made, the issues were there as you just brought up, and the resolution was there if you watched enough of it.
Let me show you how cap this dude is. What season is the kiss?
I don't even know nothing about the kiss, so I couldn't even tell you.
Next video.
I already told you I don't watch it. So.
He said that shit like he made a point. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You in no man's land trying to make a point, like you hit a punchline or something.
Yeah, you might not catch it. The audience will catch it.
I don't think they'll catch it. Guaranteed. Where TJ at?
Number are you asking the court to set your child support at today?
Honestly, I'm not expecting to pay child support at all.
You want the court to set it at 0?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why are you asking for $0?
Because me and Miss McDuff, we fully co-parent. I fully get my son throughout the week, 4 days out the week. I'm fully capable of taking care of him when he's in my custody. She does the same as well. So I don't understand why I would be paying child support when we split. When I she have him, she take care of him, and when I have him, I take care of him. She don't drop him off with anything. I don't drop him off with anything, and we fully take care of him. So I don't see why we have to pay extra.
When did you and Miss McDuff stop living together?
I would say the ending of March of 2024.
And since that time, have you paid any money directly to Miss McDuff?
Yes.
How much?
I roughly, maybe off the top of my head, $400.
Okay. Are you in agreement to the order containing a retroactive child support judgment against you after credit, or are you asking that you be ordered to pay $0 in back child support?
Pay $0 in back child support.
Okay, can you tell the court why?
I wouldn't understand why I'll be paying back child support, because when we only been split for a year. Before then, I was paying the rent, the bills. We were both taking care of the kids. It was no problem. We only been split for a year, and I still get my kid 4 days out the week, and I'm fully taking care of my kid when he's in my care, and she fully take care of him when she's in his care.
Okay, and right now you're seeing the child at least
4 hours. Get him Thursday afternoon and drop him off Monday afternoon.
Do you have any safety concerns, Mr. Fox, with Ms. McDuff knowing your address?
No, ma'am. No, sir.
I'll pass the witness, Judge.
Okay, then I will accept the agreed portions of this order, make the agreed portions the order of the court. I will order child support at $429 per month. I will order a retroactive child support judgment of $5,400.
What number are you asking the court to set your child support at today?
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
You know that I gotta run it.
What's the point of me even talking? You gonna do it anyway.
Correct.
Every time I see,
I already had that number locked and loaded.
Yeah, she was already ready.
I always think of that juvenile record back in the day that, you got subpoenaed to child support court, huh? You didn't get a chance to say the word, huh? That was that nerve, huh?
She was ready. She was like, say what you gotta say, and bam.
Right. The woman ain't say nothing. I don't think did she have to plead her case?
Obviously
she
not.
didn't say nothing. She didn't say nothing.
Right.
I thought, until I saw her eye blink, I thought it was a picture of her. Right. She wasn't moving.
Man,
that's crazy.
So you don't think the system ain't? I got a follow up to this. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes, we know what the system geared for. It's
definitely rigged against you.
It's crazy.
I got another video kind of on that same. Let me run this and then roll it for that.
Y'all can't win in the States. The way the laws are set up, the way the ladies are set up. I don't know why y'all think y'all can win in the States. Some of the happiest couples I know. You know how I look at happy couples in the States? True story. Every couple I know, the family, people that I see on TV, whatever, social media, whatever. You know how I think about y'all, especially you men? You better hope she don't wake up one day. I think about that with all you guys, newlyweds, all of you guys that are married in the States. I don't care if you've been married 20 years, 30 years. You better hope she don't wake up one day. What do I mean by that? You better hope the way that the laws are set up in most states right now, you better hope she doesn't wake up and yawn and decide to leave your ass one day. In the way that the laws are set up in the states, she will walk away with more than what you think. Let's say you're just an average couple and you don't own You guys don't own anything. You got a rental apartment. You got a couple cars. You got a house. But you ain't balling like that. You just decent couple, right? And you think to yourself, well, if she leave me, I ain't got that much to give her anyway. Well, if you've been working, she still gets a huge portion of your Social Security checks. As long as she doesn't remarry, and she's been married to you over 10 years in the United States, she gets a chunk of your Social Security. So even if you think you don't have anything to give her, if you've been married to her over 10 years and you think that you're done giving to her, you think that everything's been settled and you're done giving to her, you haven't started getting your Social Security yet. And once you start getting those checks, as long as she doesn't get remarried, she gets a chunk of your Social Security. What's my point? You better hope she don't wake up, because the laws are already set up for the day that she wakes up and just don't want to be with you anymore.
Yeah, man. So y'all got to think about these laws. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of child support. I'd have been at child support court, man. Again, you don't get a chance to say nothing, man. It's already you
You're already behind the 8 ball, huh?
Yeah, you're already behind there. You think it's like TV and stuff like that. I'm gonna get a chance to say my piece, and the judge I'm gonna sway the judge like this. No sir. Not happening. Not happening. You know, so damn near when I tell you this again, I don't want to get personal, but it was almost like my lawyer was working for them. And like, bro, I'm paying you. Whose side are you on? Like, what are we doing? So it's like, man, it's so rigged, so it is what it is. A lot to think about, man, especially something got to be done about this legislation. I said it before and I say it again. I think the pendulum swung too far in the other direction. I get it. We needed reform and all this stuff here, but I think it's too lopsided now, So I think it needs to swing back a little bit to make it a little bit more fair and balanced, at least. Some of that stuff not fair, like this dude right here. Again, he's the perfect example. I know he's probably an anomaly, but there are fathers out there more and more. I think that's a farce that black men don't take care of all deadbeats. I think that's a farce.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of them are taking care of their kids and putting the money behind that. And they get no credit, as we just witnessed. Not even he don't get credit for none of that. What about the credit for the $400? Can I get the $400 at least off that?
You know what? When as you say that, I remember back in the day when my cousin was going there, was getting ready to go through it. People were telling him, "Don't give her money. Don't just give her money, because it don't mean nothing. If you just give it to her, you got to go through somebody, because if you just give it to her, that's what the court gonna say. We ain't got nothing to do with what you gave her. You gave her $1,000. Oh well, you just gave her $1,000. We ain't giving you credit for that." They told him back then.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, it's like it don't mean nothing. It's like, yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, I can say it's set up for that. I mean, first of all, you got this idea that the mother's better, or she's gonna take care of the child more than the dad will, which is BS.
Right.
It's just many deadbeat moms out there, deadbeat dads. You just don't hear about them as much.
Correct.
Shit, I can wrap these up at 2 more. Barry B, you might as well go on stay, man.
Look, I'm about to go get this bourbon, in a minute.
Just straight up.
I'm trying to see if there's any other one I really want to play. I can kind of skip. Shoot, let me actually 3. Let me play this one. This is a real quick one. We'll play 3 real quick and then we done. I want follow up. I want piggyback this. for the audience, I'm really trying to think young cats get a hold of this. I really want you to really think about what you're doing. If you look at it with the lust and the child support court and the marriage breakups.
Raising a child in the U.S. or these things? Raising a child in the U.S. or a Ferrari Roma?
So this is raising them until they're 18.
I think so, yes.
It's definitely raising a kid.
You think so?
I know so.
You know so?
Yes.
You'd be correct. A Ferrari Roma is $243,000.
Who needs it? No one needs it.
Spike Lee's Knicks season tickets, he has 2 seats, or raising a child?
Raising a child.
You really think so?
I really think so, Zach.
Positive?
I'm not positive. I'm guessing.
You'd be correct. Spike Lee's Knicks season tickets are $300,000 per season.
That's ridiculous.
It's a lot of money to spend.
That's so dumb.
What's more expensive, raising a child in the U.S. or a 40-year supply of Taco Bell?
So what is it? Like, hey,
3 meals a day for 40 years.
I'm going to say that that's more expensive.
That is not more expensive. 40 years of Taco Bell is $394,000.
So what you're saying to me is you're not going to have a kid.
You never know, Brian.
How much is it to raise a kid?
How much do you think it is, Brian?
$400,000.
It is $400,000 on the dot.
I'm a genius.
It's crazy.
So are you going to have a kid?
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
He's probably going to be bald.
Dude, stop. What costs more money, raising a child in the...
I think that's conservative.
Crazy. Say what now?
I think that's conservative. I think $400,000 over 18 years is conservative.
It probably is. 18 years, yeah. I mean, it probably is conservative.
Right.
For minimum basic.
Just the college is about, if they don't get anything out the college is about 50 to 60.
But they saying to 18 though, so that we say that's probably not college.
Like college, he's still on the hook. My daughter, just like me, graduated, she was 17. So shit, I had who the checks came from?
Oh yeah. Like right now, my kids, they in dance and orchestra. I mean, you got all kinds of fees and this and that, and like, man,
school.
Yeah, I mean, when they was growing up, they was going to daycare. The daycare was not cheap. Daycare was not cheap. We had 3 of them going there. They was not cheap at all.
For sure.
So yeah, I could say food. I mean, you ain't even talking about food and clothes.
Nah, it's past that. Back in the days, you probably could get away from that, but now 400 is for sure. At least, and that's at least, I would say. Hold on, I'm running, trying to figure out this next one. I just had the shit up. Right. Damn, I just had to. Hold on, I must have went too far. But anybody else want to comment? You want to comment on that one?
Go for it next one. Children are expensive.
Yeah.
That's why some of these people will be having 8, 9 kids. I'll be like, man, how y'all doing it?
That's one point.
Yeah, that's correct.
That's 3.
That is correct.
3. I'm telling you, 3 is like, man.
Right. Damn, I don't know what I must be, hold on, let me take my time, man. Hold on, I must be past overlooking it. I just had the ones. Let me run this one. I don't know if I wanted to play this or not, but I know this is a good one.
And I know that people not gonna like this. I've been pondering on this for a minute. We gotta stop all that joking, because we be tearing each other's self-esteem down, and we call it joking, but like, so that shit be mean.
I sure like to talk.
I do too, but I learned how to talk as a defense mechanism.
That means
talking about me.
You right.
But like, we be tearing each other down at every aspect, no matter like what your body type is, your skin complexion is, your features, anything, your shoes, your clothes. We love to tear each other down and mask it as a joke. But like, them jokes live with you. I remember what used to say about me. I still think about them jokes because they weren't jokes. It's like, trying to cut into you. A lot of us out here like trying to cover up insecurities that was created for ourselves as kids. Like these ain't things we need to pass down. Like we need to create a culture of speaking life into each other. To be honest, man, I know that this people not gonna like this. I've been pondering.
Agreed. Speak life, man. Speak life into people.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, growing up, when people talk about you, yeah, you gotta come back.
Well, yeah, we
everybody gonna start coming at you.
Correct. Correct. Stand up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be an issue.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it do. You think it don't, especially the younger they are, that cuts in the kids' self-esteem and all of that. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, I think we do it a little bit harder on our. I think every kid does it, but I think we we're savants at it.
I think it's different than when I was growing up. We would, it'd be like a little crowd, and we called it ranking back then. They called it something, man. We called it ranking. But one thing we never did, we never got real personal with it. When I was, we talk, we might talk about, your clothes or something like that, but we ain't gonna talk about, your mom and daddy done broke up and everything. We ain't do that.
We ain't go that deep.
Yeah, we ain't go that deep. But yeah, if you came out with some messed up shoes on or some toe down clothes, oh, you getting talked about, dog. You better be able to defend yourself.
We talk about everything, welfare, crack, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, no.
We talk your mama, everything, we talk about everything.
Oh, yeah, we do your mama jokes.
Nah, I'm talking about
real life. I had one friend, he was like, we talk, but I don't do mama jokes. he was serious.
He's talking about anybody else but my mama.
Yep. Hell no, man. We talk like crazy. My day one to this day, man. That's all we talk. We talk because we knew it. We rib each other mama right damn near to our face and shit. we were savages, man, Daddy and mama,
It do play in the self-esteem.
Yeah, we were the whole thing.
Especially with our young kids.
We did impressions. I could still to this day do impressions of my partner's mama.
Damn.
Nah, I ain't never do that.
Yeah, we did impressions of everything.
Yeah, mamas and grandmamas, I never did. Well, you do.
I don't know about grandma, but we got on your mama. So we were savage.
Yeah, but it was a defense mechanism, especially somebody you didn't know or you didn't like. They said something. Yeah, you gotta
correct.
You gotta come on with it, or everybody else gonna come for you.
Let me play this one. This is a shock. This was actually coupled with that one because it's proving what I'm saying is like this stuff. We supposed to be ironclad as men, and this is why you got to make these important decisions on who you got in your corner, who your relationships with. And because this is a business decision, because a lot of that stuff is traumatizing, man. I will get your opinion on this. I don't know if you've seen this, but this went viral a little while ago, but all of a sudden popped back up.
Look at me, keep your head straight. Come on. I'm seeing fine grip.
Don't do that if you're not trying to do nothing.
Yeah, I'm not the one to play like that. What is it, bro? See, come on.
You over here feeling my arm.
Yeah,
it feels good though.
Stand up.
I thought y'all said you wasn't gonna touch it.
See.
So like.
Let me stop for real. Let me stop. Hey man, I ain't gonna want to play. You feel me? I'm gonna keep it a buck with you for real.
Mm-hmm.
We go upstairs. We doing that.
You gonna give me that massage you was talking about?
A little more than that though.
It sounds fine. As long as it's a good time.
Come on now. That's a real question.
I even recommended it.
So, are you being honest right now, or are you just saying that?
I'm being very honest. You know what you got?
So that bothering him when you said?
Because how can you tell a grown man that how do you comfortably say it really ain't working or it's really not good? Like, I understand people are a grower and not a shower, but
You're not a grower or a fucking shower.
So why you saying that now?
Well, shit, you want some shit. I'm just letting you know what it is. You asked me why I'm cheating, why I'm not loyal. Shit, I'm letting you know. You wanted an answer.
I helped you with your startup money. I helped you buy product. Helped you with your taxes. I helped you get grants for small businesses. Don't tell me what I didn't help you with.
Honest, okay, you telling me all you helped me with, but what the fuck that got to do with your opinion? It don't work.
You know what?
Damn.
Coochie dry, Bookie. What the fuck you want me to do?
No.
So you trying to embarrass me, but who's really embarrassed?
No.
What's that rhino pill? Let's try it. I even recommended it.
So are you being honest right now, or are you just saying that?
I'm being very honest. You know, is this what you wanted to hear? Because you obviously looking. This is the answer you wanted, right? You wanted some truth. This is the truth.
I wanted the truth the same time you was asking me for money. I wanted the truth the same time you was laying next to me telling me about your problems you was having with your business, and I was being real with you. That's what I wanted.
Okay, in the same way I rolled over and told you about the problems with my business, I expected to roll over and get some good dick, but that ain't happening. So, shit.
Don't look at me. Keep your head straight.
Damn.
Them tables turn real quick.
Wow. Can't tell me that I ain't traumatized. You know what I'm saying? So but you know, just to make a higher point, I think we supposed to be. A lot of people think as men we robots, you know, and they don't have no consideration for feelings. Sorry, not only embarrass the man, but then you get called out for your stuff that you do, and then you embarrass him again. You know. So like, all right, you taking zero accountability for your actions, and then you flipped it on him.
Just trying to defend herself. That's all that was.
And then you know, telling the world about that, you know, the man privacy. It's called private parts for a reason.
And you ain't see none of this in her personality before this, dog.
Correct. He had to. He ignored all red flags.
Right. But
the fact her baby hairs was like that, you know what I'm saying, should have let him know. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the one.
Boys, a lot of boys can't see that. They can't see. They just looking at one thing, the lust.
We'll say the other thing, lust, confusing lust with love.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's crazy to me. That's crazy.
Yeah. But then, like you said, but you can say it now. So you couldn't say it then, but you can say it now with everybody in the room.
Correct.
Last one for the
That
road,
means
man. We
don't
be out
care
here,
nothing
man.
about
The
you.
last one. We be, you know, that way we out of here for 12, man. I'm about to. I got a couple of last one, man. The biggest topic, the hottest topic that's going on right now. We got to do that over the little discussion.
What's the hottest topic going on right now?
The hottest topic just right here, man.
What's the hottest topic?
Yeah, we got real legends in the house. My man Steph Curry in the house. Y'all give it up.
Oh man, I saw the. Yep, that's all you need to see right there.
This is an example of a woman that is jealous of her man. This is an example of a woman that can't stand the fact that her man is legendary and she's average or regular. This is what happens when you deal with people or get with women that are not truly happy at your success and really think that they're better than you. This man is being applauded in front of thousands of people by Mike Epps, and she's down on her phone and doesn't pay any attention. I don't care what the fuck was going on. You clap for your man. Goddamn, his old teammates on the side of him. They don't even play with that nigga no more. They still smiling and clapping. You're his wife. What he does and the fact that people love this man is what pays your bills. It's what feeds your family. It's what gives you the lifestyle that you have and the platform that you have created to even go on these talk shows and podcasts and down him all the time. Only reason Steph hasn't divorced this chick is because there's no prenup in place. Who knew that he was going to become Steph Curry? Who knew that he was going to overexceed? Who knew that he was going to become an NBA championship and an NBA legend? And now this woman can't even look up and clap for her man. So often, men's biggest enemy are laying in the bed with them. They are sleeping with a snake. And they wonder why we love LeBron's wife so much. She at least knows how to act in public. I'll tell you this, ladies, because a lot of times we don't agree on things. But I think we can all agree on this. She is one ungrateful, jealous chick. And Steph, blink twice, you okay, brother. And often men go through these kind of things where women are in competition with their man when they're both on the same fucking team. Everything goes back to the household. Everything he does, everything she does, all feeds the same house. So why can't you be happy for your partner? Why can't you be happy for your mate? This shit is sickening. Well, a 4-time NBA champion and a 2-time unanimous MVP is not good enough for you, Aisha Curry. What the fuck is? Go marry Jesus and die alone. That ugly money. People that
Yeah, that's the craziest shit I ever heard. When I heard her on that talk about on that stuff on that podcast, I was like, oh my goodness. And like he said, he can't even leave. He ain't got no prenup. I mean, he could, but
he
gonna pay a shit ton of money.
Yeah, shit. So,
Man,
I mean, that all leads up. It's like, and the laws are so cocked. You damn near painted yourself in the corner. You hot now.
And you got 3 kids, and you in California.
Like, come on, man. You mess yourself up, and whoever advised them, man, they shouldn't. And I know that he was. I guess that's another thing. He punched up. You know, he was crazy about her. She didn't really like him. She wasn't feeling him. You know what I'm saying? And she said that I didn't really like him at first. And when you do stuff like that, you get these results, man. You gotta find a woman like those who like you. This is what I tell my daughter all the time, man. You know, like those who like you. Don't try to stretch it and try to reach for a relationship. Try to reach for friends. If you ain't the vibe ain't there, don't try to vibe. The same thing with business. Business don't want your business. Yeah, the same thing. If the person you going to somewhere and they don't want your business, don't try to make them hand them your money, man. If you don't want my business, I go somewhere else. You know,
and then get on in public and say it.
Right. So, but now that goes to the fact that she was.
I'm like,
she couldn't. She can't. That can't be her superhero, her knight shining armor. If you're talking about the man like that,
nope.
Your woman got to look at you like a superhero. Like, you know, your knight shining armor, she got to look up to you. You know, like, you know, she got to, if it's not equally yoked, I know a lot of people wearing that shit out, but I got to say the equally yoked as far as admiration has to be there. If that's not, if it's lopsided, they're going, in today's climate, it's a wrap.
That's the craziest thing I've seen, man. I'm like,
you know. So I mean, same thing with Will Smith. Like, I think she.
No, that you know what, and that's just what I was gonna say. That's what happened when you. I think what's the name said this? Corey Holcomb. When you get with a woman that don't love you,
right? You know, make your life miserable, man. But you got to make that.
And now you gotta stay.
You can't again confuse lust with love, man. You know, I know you wanted her, you felt you pursued her, but there got to be some kind of. All right, I pursue you. You got to kind of meet me halfway or something. You know, especially if we're gonna tie that knot, jump that broom. You know, so it got to be 50-50 as far as admiration. As far as respect, because obviously respect, man, I can, you know, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna go ahead and yield it, and I'll be here for the night. I can't, especially if I'm exceeding my goals and I'm supporting the lifestyle that you want, I can't have you undercut me in public. You know, chopping me down. I never wanted to do this. I don't get no attention. I'm jealous of his attention. What kind of shit is that to say?
Yeah.
You know, come on, I can't have that.
Nobody knew who you was before you married him. So what you talking about?
What kind of attention you want?
What attention do you want?
Yeah,
probably from other men.
Yeah, like why? You know, she said that on the podcast. Yeah, like why would you want attention from another man? You know, and you married one of the greatest. You know, I mean, I had if you're not my number one cheerleader, something ain't right. Something ain't right. You got your head down, and this boys, you know, clapping me up. Nah, no sir. I mean, get off the goddamn phone.
I know. I'm like, so she just down.
Put your hands
you
together.
Stay at home, be on your phone.
You better get that man a standing ovation. You on your phone, you got your head down. Body language tell it all, man. What you got, man? I know you're gonna say, nah, she's all in the right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she was all in the right.
You she got, man. She got to get male attention, man. You know why?
It's crazy.
Male
I don't
attention.
think I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. Because usually, if you did feel this way, they'd be doing it in private. You wouldn't be just. I'm gonna come out and tell everybody what.
You public. That's a slick way of chopping down.
Oh yeah,
chopping down his legacy a little bit. You kind of pissing on his legacy a little bit by doing that. You know what I'm saying?
And I know he and probably his family like, bitch, what is wrong with you?
Right. I mean, it could be to go on. I think that's a slick way of trying to. She know controversy sells, so that's going to divert the attention on her, and that's the attention that she wants. But that attention can't be at the cost of me. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. You know.
Yeah.
I know you want this attention, but don't have the attention at my expense.
Yeah, you can. I mean, there's plenty of women that are married to notable people that they go and do their own thing. They got company or they doing something, and they not taking shine away from nobody else.
Right. That's crazy. Ain't got nothing on it, man.
That's crazy.
Nothing on it, Corey, before we out here?
Nah, we good. I think we done knocked out most of, you know what I'm saying, what we need to talk about.
Gotcha. With that being said, man, we're gonna see y'all next week.
All right.
Man, right at the 12.